Hey, welcome. Happy Monday. Welcome to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. I watched the whole Menendez Brothers show. Did you watch any of the Menendez Brothers?
I didn't. I was tempted last night to watch it, but they hated it. So I'm like, was it like a cheesy TV show? Or is it an actual documentary?
It's definitely not a documentary.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's a very Ryan Murphy dramatization. You know, I mean, it's
sick of that guy.
It's more stylized even than the Dahmer one was.
Did they
it's
have
the same show? I mean, like it's Monster. Like right. Dahmer was season 1, and then Menendez Brothers season 2. I read somewhere, I don't know if it's true, that Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy is going to play Ed Gein in season 3. I mean, us women, we love our true crime shows, so...
I mean, it really is endless. I mean, look, he works. I'll say this. Ryan Murphy fucking works. Like everything.
50 shows a year. Like, it kind of like doesn't even... Like, he works on these shows for like 3 days and moves on to the next one.
I ran out of interest, though. I thought Dahmer was good. The guy who played him was great. The guy who played his father was great. What they did, the little twist, the Hollywood twist in the story, just to make it more palatable and woke, really annoyed me. So I'm like, why?
The hero neighbor.
It wasn't necessary. They had to make a black woman the hero, which is fun. His real neighbor was a black woman, and she actually liked him. Right. That's why they changed it, because she was like, hey, he was a nice guy. Like, and she didn't. She said she did eat like snacks that he had given her over the years. Like, it wasn't this ominous smell of cooking. Like, what are you doing? You don't need to do that.
She didn't eat the human sandwich?
No, the woman he portrayed in that movie lived in the building next to him. She didn't even live in the same building as Dahmer. She lived right next to him.
So she wouldn't have heard.
None of it.
Smelled through the vents.
None of it.
Yeah.
So I found that annoying and unnecessary. It's like, you don't need to do that. The guy murdered people and ate them, or fucking, whatever, he boiled their skulls. Like, that's an interesting story.
It's very interesting.
You don't have to spice that up for me.
Just the fact that the cops opened the refrigerator and they were like, that's a head of a person. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't need a social lesson while I'm watching a guy fucking drill hole in other men's heads because he wants to make fuck zombies.
But yeah, I mean, you just kind of set it up perfectly. What an elevator pitch.
Yeah, that's not where I'm going for social lessons. Like, no. I'd love to see, what can we do to make this a better place?
Let's get down in the mud on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of times too, because that happens in a lot of the American horror story shows. Like, there are so many episodes,
right,
that you get to a point where it's like, oh, we're really stretching this out.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at the Menendez Brothers because I remember it so well. I mean, I would watch a documentary on them, and I don't even know what to believe with that. I think they wanted the money. Maybe there was sexual abuse, but I also think they wanted the money, and they just did it.
Well, it seems like there's prolific sexual abuse.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, but I mean, I think that's why the Menendez Brothers don't love the show, because they spend the first part of the show really going like, yeah, I mean, it was bad. And the way they describe it, it was really bad. And then at the end they go, but maybe none of it happened. Right. And so, which is, true. I mean, all anybody's got is people's words and everything.
Yeah, what do the Menendez Brothers want?
But it seemed like, I think there was something like they were already written out of the will or something like it. The timing of when they killed them didn't really make sense if they just wanted the money.
Well, did they know they were out of the will?
They could have. Yeah, the dad told them.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of fishy stuff, and I think this is true, that like the first trial was a hung jury, so it was declared a mistrial.
Yep.
And then the second trial, it happened off TV, and it didn't happen until 1995. So that was after OJ. And then there was like once OJ happened,
right,
it was like, no, you're going to jail.
The thing too, if they had been written out of the will, and they knew that, that doesn't necessarily kill their case against killing them, like, because then maybe they knew that if they kill them now and then get access to the money.
Well, I think there was an instance where if they had waited 2 weeks, an insurance thing would have paid off or something like that. Like, if they had just killed them 2 weeks later, why wouldn't you just wait 2 weeks or something like that? Dopes. Yeah.
So what year did that happen? 95? And they were in jail the whole time, right? After
yeah. I think 89 or 90 is when it actually happened.
Yeah.
And then the first trial was like 90. The first trial was before OJ.
Yeah.
And then the second trial was after OJ. Because at one point, OJ and Eric Menendez were like next door cellmates in L.A.
Okay.
L.A. was nuts at that period of time.
It sure was, yeah. And the L.A. prosecutors, they lost the original cops beating Reginald Denny case. And they finally got them on civil rights violations, but they lost that case originally. The L.A. prosecutors are pretty shit. Those defense lawyers out there are great, and it wasn't surprising that stupid Chris Darden and Marcia Clark lost, because they always lost to high-profile lawyers.
Chris Darden really got played.
Yeah, he's a dope.
You gotta have him try the glove on, Chris. All right, I'll do it. Marcia Clark's like, don't do that. He's like, okay, I won't. And then he did it.
I mean, I think if they would have acquitted him anyway, that jury was just not going to convict him. But it was just he literally, 89, wow.
89.
He handed it to them.
Yeah.
What a stupid, stupid man.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they made the Menendez brothers way prettier on the show.
Oh, handsomer or?
Way handsomer.
Oh, yeah.
Like they were and there was it felt like, there were some elements of like, gay romantic fan fiction
maybe
going on as well on the show.
I like the Gianni Versace.
That's a good one.
That was it, and Andrew Cunanan. Like that was a really interesting
the OJ
story.
One's great.
Yeah, I think I liked the OJ one too. I did watch that.
I was bummed out because I was hoping for a crossover because. I mean, this isn't technically the same show, but all these Ryan Murphy shows you can tell within 5 seconds if you're watching one of these Ryan Murphy shows, instantly. And Robert Shapiro was the first lawyer for Eric Menendez, and he ended up getting fired before the trial. But there is a scene where Robert's sitting down with Eric, and all I wanted was for John Travolta to show up.
Yeah.
To be the same Robert Shapiro from American Crime Story and get the crossover.
Well, they were handsome guys in real life, though. Like, they were good-looking guys.
No, they weren't ugly guys, but it was like, they looked like...
They modeled them up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little sick. Ryan Murphy's a very talented guy. Maybe I'm just tired of him for no reason.
But there's a lot.
I'm just sick of all the, hey, Ryan Murphy, does he? But, I mean, maybe that might be irrational. There might be, like, an asshole reason on my part. Let me see.
Yeah, I mean, I like the shows. Obviously, I watched the whole thing. I was like 7 episodes or something. I watched all of them. Javier Bardem is amazing.
You know what? I think it's pretty fucking good casting.
Look at
that's pretty close.
Look on the left. That's Lyle Menendez. Look at the jawline on the movie Lyle Menendez.
The originals are in black and white, right?
Right.
Yeah, but look at the original. Look at the guys.
No, they're in reversed order. So that's not. So that's Eric, and that's Eric, and that's Lyle, and that's Lyle.
Hard to say because it's a different angle.
Maybe I just thought the guys on the TV were super handsome.
I think that's basically it.
Possible.
Yeah, I think you wanted to do the old skiing thing in between the Menendez boys. I don't. I'm looking at them. I'm like, yeah, they're pretty dead on.
The acting is so good in it, though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Who's Bardem play the father?
Yeah, and he's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great. Chloe Sevigny plays the mom. She's great. And the guys playing the brothers are really, really good. Everybody, the acting is amazing.
If you're going to pick a mom to do dirty things, you might as well pick sexy Chloe.
Why do you keep talking about Brown Bunny?
It's fucking hot. Great blowjob.
You ever see that? Of course I've seen it, but I'm sure she wouldn't want you to just keep bringing up Brown Bunny instantly.
I say it with respect, and I hate her fucking agents for dropping her.
Right.
Hate them.
Right. She did fine after that, though.
I think it hurt her a little bit, slowed her down.
When it first happened, it definitely did.
Sludged her up, but
But since then, everything's been fine.
And hats off to Vince Gallo. I mean, God bless him. God bless him.
No, I see where you're coming from.
Oh my God,
I see where you're coming from.
You know how much I'd love to be able to talk about an actual actress and blow me on camera and against the advice of her agents, and she's just like, I like this guy's dick so much, I gotta do it.
Right, have to. I must. Yeah. I simply must.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's exactly how it went, but it's possible.
It's possible.
I wasn't there.
But yeah, I saw that. I saw it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
And I did not watch, but I was tempted to start. I started Penguin instead. I'm not even into finish the first episode. I just.
What are we thinking?
Yeah, so far so good. But
okay.
I can't judge it yet. It's better than I thought it would be. But I mean, that was the decision I made for no reason. And then there was some murder of a football player, which I'm into. He's a famous. I didn't even know he got shot. What was that? He's a black quarterback from Tennessee Titans.
McNair.
Yes, Donovan. What is it?
Steve McNair.
Oh, Steve McNair. Sorry.
Aaron McNair.
What?
That was his nickname.
Oh, Aaron McNair. Yeah. And then they found him and some woman dead.
Does it show or?
No, it's a it's a true crime thing because he was murdered.
Oh, okay.
So that was what I decided on.
Yeah.
But it was in the same theme as what you watched. It was a murder. There was guns involved.
Yeah, you just turn it on.
Yeah, 2 dead people, a guy and a girl.
Hey. Yeah. Yeah, I committed to it.
How many episodes is this?
It's like 8, 7.
I'll watch it just because I remember that case and
that's what it was. Yeah.
But I find it annoying the way he's starting to do things. It's like you stop messaging at me. I don't give a fuck what your worldview is. Stupid. Just tell me what happened. I know that there's like these like amalgamation characters.
Yeah.
You have to do that in TV just to kind of tell 5 stories in a short period of time. But when it's being done with a messaging purpose, it makes my stomach turn.
I don't know what the messaging was in this. Maybe
not.
Maybe there was. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe these guys are handsome. It's a great message.
They're super handsome. But that's for sure they're handsome.
But it was ugly. Sorry, Sam. If they were ugly, Ryan Murphy would not be making a movie about them. Dahmer's a handsome guy too.
Ed Gein's not handsome.
No, he's not.
But he hired a super handsome actor to play Ed Gein. Charlie Hunnam is like.
Of course he did. I'll be honest. I have had it up to fucking here with Ed Gein.
You don't like Ed Gein?
I have had enough.
Tell me why.
Of this fucking douchey hero worship of Ed Gein.
Right. Well, he's a ghoul.
He's a fucking douche. Ed Harris. By the way, he looks like Ed Harris would play a great Ed Gein.
Yes, I agree. Especially with that silly hat on. You think Ed Gein was a douche?
I mean, I've had enough of Ed Gein.
Right.
Enough of this guy. Like, we've talked about him endlessly.
Yeah.
We know he was crazy. We made lampshades out of skin. Got it.
You knew that?
So the Nazis.
Oh. Well, the Nazis are also not good, and a lot of TV shows about them.
No, I know, but still. Hope no one tries to cancel him.
Who, the Nazis or Ed Gein?
No, for playing Ed Gein. Oh. I'm sick of Ed Gein. I'm sick of the fascination with this douchebag.
Right.
Enough of fucking Ed Gein.
I mean, it is pretty fascinating that Buffalo Bill and Psycho and Texas Chainsaw Massacre are all based off the same guy.
Sure.
And they're so different.
Because he was one of the first big name guy, crazy fucks that they got. But I'm sick of Jack the Ripper, too. Like,
you don't like Jack the Ripper?
I'm sick of Jack the Ripper. Who is not fed up? He killed 6 people.
I mean, but, given the amount of people that were dying at the time, that was a lot at the time.
It was, but there's mass shooters that do that now. Like literally.
But he didn't have the technology.
These guys are doing things that some guys do in a supermarket in one afternoon.
Yeah, but that's like, that's like having iPhones. You can't. The technology. I'm sure Jack the Ripper would have gone much further had he had the opportunity.
That's true. He would have. But Jack the Ripper is a dial phone. He's literally
That's right.
And I'm sick. I guess I'm just tired of this fucking corny. And I went through my serial killer fascination for years.
Sure.
And I just find them so.
But they don't know who Jack the Ripper was.
I know.
It's a mystery.
It is, and look, he was good at what he did. Obviously,
it's Jack the Ripper, Zodiac, D.B. Cooper.
Didn't they figure? D.B. Cooper, I find much more interesting than them. He just did one thing,
right?
And he did one thing, and he didn't taunt the media after. He just did one thing.
He probably disappeared because he landed on a bunch of rocks and died.
He's probably dead. Yeah, I think he's dead. Sure.
It's easy to only do one thing when it's your last.
That
thing.
is a great point. Yeah, when your last thing is usually your best. And
Yeah, he topped it.
Did they don't they think they know who the Zodiac killer is?
Well, I feel like once or twice a year we get something where it's like, now this person knows who the Zodiac is, and the more you read the article, it's like, and he happens to have a new book, or he happens to have a new documentary, or it's one of those things.
And
Netflix, exactly. Netflix's This Is Zodiac Speaking trailer teases new evidence for infamous cold case. It's
we
no
are
different.
Obsessed with murderers.
We love murderers.
I mean, we are obsessed.
Love them, and we've just given into it entirely.
Completely.
Murder shows, murder books.
But we pretend that we're like these people who are conscious of each other's feelings. It's like, you look at your Netflix top, like that's who we are.
You talking about?
Shut the fuck up.
You talking about our ease of platforming murderers?
But the idea, if you say something rude or shitty, people like pretend to be upset, and then this is what we watch.
Right.
It's like, shut up.
We love murderers.
I mean, we can't get enough Ed Gein.
I know.
We can't stop with fucking Ed Gein.
You would think everything that's to be said has been said.
It's all been said.
And Ryan Murphy's like, I got about 9 episodes in me.
Oh my God. I'm sure there's a lot about him I don't know and like his life. But I just don't give a fuck enough to watch 9 episodes about this asshole.
He also was not like, well, they'll probably go back into his upbringing, I would imagine.
I'm
right?
sure, yeah,
that would be
sure.
Interesting, maybe.
What made the monster?
I always want to know that. But he also didn't kill that many people. Like, he was a grave robber.
That's right.
A lot of the stuff, like the bones and the flesh and all this stuff that they found was because he was digging up corpses out of cemeteries.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, there's not even that much...
Yeah, once I make a show on Randy Kraft.
Who's Randy Kraft?
Everyone says that. No one knows Randy Kraft. He was a highway killer in California, I think. He was gay, and he killed, they said, about 60 people.
Whoa!
But he was a brute. He was a torturer. Yeah, he wasn't a bad-looking guy.
And you know who could play him? The guy who played John Locke.
Oh, Terry O'Quinn?
Terry O'Quinn before he went bald looks just like Randy Kraft.
He
in The Stepfather. Terry O'Quinn in The Stepfather looks exactly like Randy Kraft.
He was big on like Marines and like military guys, and he would drug their beer. Like this is what Dahmer did. And I guess when you're a guy killing guys, if you like to kill alphas, you better drug it because you can't overpower them. These guys are all twerps.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's one story of him taking a cigarette lighter out of the car, and they would find burn marks on the guy's nipples. Oh. Like he was a real fucking piece of shit. This guy was he called the Highway Killer? I can't read it from here.
Known as the Scorecard Killer.
Oh, Scorecard Killer. Okay.
A Southern Cali Strangler.
Yeah, but he's a guy that.
And the Freeway Killer.
Oh, Freeway.
That was one of the 3 names.
No one, but Randy Kraft doesn't get a lot of love.
I wonder why Randy Kraft doesn't get that kind of love.
Don't know.
Maybe because it was on like. There's something about just driving around and doing it. You don't have a central location. Maybe there's not. They love when you can connect it. Like it has to somehow connect back to the real world. You know what I mean? Like the Menendez brothers. Who would have thought this would happen? And with a family, we all have families. And in beautiful Beverly Hills, everybody wants to live in beautiful Beverly Hills. This dream, or like, what was the Dahmer thing? It was like in this small town, and he's just going to bars. And maybe it's just some guy picking off dudes. Like
I don't remember. Honestly, I've read a book on him. I don't remember what his I know that. He was an awful, that mustache. He looks like Bill O'Coin, who was Kiss's manager.
I was about to say, he looks like, now he looks
a lot like Bill O'Coin.
He's saying The Village People, correct?
No, but he does look. Yeah. I believe you're thinking of Glenn Hughes?
Maybe.
Who was I think the construction worker or the leather daddy. I don't quite remember.
Isn't that funny? We need a construction worker. We need a Native American. We need a police officer.
Felipe Rose was the American.
And a leather daddy. And a leather daddy.
And Victor Willis was the cop.
Yeah. I'd watch a series about the Village People.
You and me both.
I would watch that.
You and me both. He committed the rape, torture, and murder of a minimum of 16 young men. He claimed 60, between 72 and 83. Yeah, so maybe he lied. A lot of these guys lie once they're totally fucking busted because they want to up their status.
Yeah, they confess to way more.
Like that hunk of shit Otis Toole, that mental case, Henry Lee Lucas. Those guys all are liars.
Or like that guy from that Apple series that was like, I don't exactly remember where I dropped him off. And he was having cops drive around all over the place.
Oh, what if that was him? Was that him?
And everything. No, it was what was that show, Travis, with the Burnsides? Blackbird.
Is it a true story?
Yeah.
No? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
51. Kraft is also believed to have committed the rape and murder of up to 51 other young men and boys. Maybe those are the ones that they have no. Yeah, I don't even remember what he did for a living. I know very little about him. I just remember the fact that it always shocked me.
He couldn't have done much for a living. He didn't seem to have much time.
He was very busy.
He was very busy.
Yeah.
Victims between 16 and 67. Even on a low end, that's a lot.
Honestly, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's
79. He's still going.
Get a hold of yourself.
These guys have longevity.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess...
you do what you love.
It's not working, you know? I guess the Menendez brothers are actively trying to get out still. There he is, Larry Hall.
Oh, I don't know, Larry Hall.
I don't know. I don't exactly remember where I buried him. But if you bring me in the car, I can show you. And you just drive him around all night.
Just because he wanted to be out of jail? Or was he being honest and just an idiot?
No, he was just like one of those prolific liars.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Nobody knew if he was even guilty of anything because he kept lying about everything.
There's another guy.
And then they found evidence. They were like, no, he's definitely guilty.
He is guilty.
Oh, yeah, he's guilty.
There was another guy whose name I don't remember. Another guy they should have burned alive, where he would kidnap. He didn't kill all of his victims, though. He would kidnap women, and he had a tractor trailer that he had soundproofed. And it was just, so they could scream. And they would wake up. He would drug them, and they would wake up tied to like a table, blindfolded. And he would play a tape recording of himself telling them that he was going to torture them and he was going to hurt them. You could scream all you want. No one will hear you. Scream. And he would, I think he would let them, I think some of them he let go or got away, and a couple of them died. I forget his name, and he died in prison. But he was a real fucking
Jesus
ghoul.
Christ.
BDSM. And he got off on their terror.
But he would let some of them go, but not all of
them. I don't remember, to be again, he's a guy I read about for so many.
Roy Nelsh?
No.
I know who you're talking about.
David
Parker Ray.
That's, I believe it. David Parker Ray is it, yeah.
People are fucked up,
this
man.
This guy's fucked up.
Yeah, he was a complete piece of shit. Is he dead? I think he died in jail.
Yeah.
Yep, that's him.
Oh.
Are there, actual recording, like the thing that he would leave for the women? Didn't that come out of trial or something?
Oh, it must have, yeah. And I don't know if he recorded them. He might have. A lot of times that stuff doesn't make it out.
No, but what he would leave them.
Yes.
The toy box killer.
The toy box killer. Yeah, I don't remember. How many people did he kill? Does it say?
This guy's.
Because again, I know that there were people who testified or who told stories of surviving it. And
no confirmed murders.
Oh.
3 abuse survivors. 60 to over 100 suspected homicides.
Oh, wow.
So they didn't actually get him on a murder.
Yeah.
They got him on other stuff.
Other shit, yeah. There's a lot of fucking ghouls.
I mean, if this Menendez father did even half of what they say that he did, he was so fucked up. Like, they really, it wasn't just some abuse. It was horrible.
You never know.
Horrible stuff.
I mean, it does happen, right? Like, it's, and
they still are, it's been 30 years, I guess, at this point. And they're still no, this is what happened. So...
I think it was some of their spending after, too, that got people...
Oh, yeah, they spent, crazy money.
They bought car, I think
they spent, $700,000 in, weeks.
Yeah, so I think that really hurt their fucking case, too.
Well, yeah, and also, and it's true, Lyle was a...
What?
I was thinking about it a lot as I was watching the show. To be 100% honest. It did pop into my head. He was
touching my pecker.
He loved to talk. He loved to talk and he loved to plan. And so he had this girlfriend in jail, and he would call her and he would talk about all these plans, and he would cry on the witness stand. And then he would tell her, oh yeah, I've been practicing crying. I got the meeting out of my hand. It was the best testimony ever. We're going to get off all this stuff.
What a dope.
Because he was yeah, that's my girlfriend. And she and we're going to write a book together once I get out of here. We're going to make so much money. And then the lawyer told him, no, she's writing a book. He's like, what? It's you idiot. You gave her permission to record you. He's like, yeah, because we're writing a book. And no. Those recordings are... So she put out a book while he was in jail between the two cases. So they couldn't put him back on the stand for the second trial. Because this book was out, and there was no way to recover from it.
Yeah, I mean, but another dumb motherfucker who doesn't know they record... And your jailhouse... Why would you... Your things are...
I think they're recorded by the state.
They are all recorded.
Yeah.
That's how they get those. They're all... The only thing they're not allowed to record, I think, is when you're talking to your lawyer. And on the phone, they might, but in-person lawyer no, you can't. You have to be private there. But they record all that shit.
Of course.
Don't say anything you don't want people to hear.
And so the girl wrote a book called something like Lyle Menendez in his own words. And it was just all the stuff that he said while he was sitting in jail.
I mean, but it is crazy to me how many people will blab on the phone in jail. How many people say dumb shit that's going to hurt them in jail?
Well, you're so cut off from reality.
Yeah.
And you must just have these delusions of being no, I figured it out. I figured it out. This is what I'm going to do. And you don't even... understand that, on the outside, this is a terrible thing. You should not be saying this into a telephone.
Yeah, but I think people forget when you talk enough on the phone, you're like, they don't care. Like, you just get used to it.
Yeah.
And you don't realize, like, no, they actually are.
Yeah. All you need is one little, you could be talking on the phone for hours and hours and hours and hours to get that one little thing. That's all they need.
And they pour over that stuff. I mean,
yeah.
And judges don't like it. Like, when you say, there was one kid, it was like one of those court TV things, and the kid was like, I'm a young blonde guy. Like, he said some dumb shit. He was crying on the stand, and they had it. And like, they did use that. Like, like, what are you doing? Like, this was not real. So he went to prison. I mean, just so dumb.
Yeah.
But ham it up on the phone. Right. Even if they don't use it to help you, they won't use it to hurt you.
Right. Yeah. So and then I watched only the very beginning. I didn't have time to watch anything else, but I watched the very beginning. The Amazon just put out the show about the Prince, what's his name?
Albert?
I went almost. Not far.
Hole in the head.
Prince Andrew.
Oh, did they really?
The show about the Prince Andrew interview.
Did he?
Show is about the interview.
And it was who's playing Emily Mateus. She's sexy.
You like her?
She had a bad stalker too. Yeah, she's very interesting.
Ruth Wilson.
Very, very bad, crazy piece of shit.
Really?
Basically ruined her life.
Oh.
Stalking her.
Yeah. Martin Sheen. I've watched maybe.
Martin Sheen?
Michael Sheen, sorry. Oh. Michael Sheen does Prince Andrew.
Oh, ew.
He does him. He does him.
I'll watch that because that was such a train wreck.
I mean, it was amazing.
Is the show good?
I don't know. Oh. I've watched only the first 20 minutes of the first episode.
And did you like it?
I liked it so far because it's like in the very beginning, it goes to the reporter and what's going on in her life and how they even got this story together.
Right.
And then it goes to Prince Andrew and shows him like hanging with Epstein and hanging out in Epstein's house.
Yeah.
And I mean, they have an actor playing Jeffrey Epstein, which is probably, gotta be just the dream of
what a great gig.
Every actor, yeah.
Play Jeffrey Epstein.
You get to play Jeffrey Epstein.
I'll watch this.
Yeah, but you kind of, I watched like Jeffrey Epstein kind of manipulating Prince Andrew, going like, I guess Prince Andrew needed money. Jeffrey Epstein's like, yeah, no problem. And while we're waiting for you, just stay at the house for 3 days. And Prince Andrew was supposed to be going there to go, we're not friends anymore. But Epstein says, stay at the house for a few days. And Prince Andrew goes, oh, okay.
And that's where that picture came from, and they were in the park.
100%. And then they go walk in Central Park, and they do the whole thing.
But you wonder, now, is that according to Prince Andrew? Because the idea of I'm going to America.
Well, I think the royal family specifically told him you have to cut this off.
Sure, they might have been sending him there for that, but
he could have just been going to parties.
Of course. I mean, come on, man. You can do it on the phone. I've never flown across the world to not talk to somebody again. That's just the only, like, when you have to give a reason why were you there.
Right.
I mean, the only reason you can give, because you didn't plan on this whole thing blown up in your face. Oh, I was going to tell him, no more of this. I mean, he was going there to fucking probably get laid and whatever. I mean, that's what they did.
Randy Andy.
Yeah, I mean, what a terrible liar.
So I haven't gotten to the interview part of the show about the interview yet, but I'm looking forward to it because it's one of my favorite. I would like them to do that, and then I would like them to do a whole television show about the R. Kelly interview too. That she did with Gayle King. You know what? The Gayle King R. Kelly interview was also Hall of Fame.
It was, but he because there's surviving R. Kelly, like that overshadowed the interview because you had such a bigger show about it. The interview was bad, but the interview didn't sink him. That just made him look dumber.
It's just a fun interview.
Yeah, it's a fun interview.
I don't know how to hog tap people.
With Andrew, this sunk him.
Well, this was it. This is it.
This was the explosion.
That's right. It was this interview, and then it was, hey, by the way, you're definitely out of the royal family.
And this Ghislaine, Ghislaine is obviously still in prison, but I think she is appealing. I'm almost positive. Like
you like her?
I don't know. I like her. No,
I thought you said she's appealing.
I meant an orange, you know. She's appealing. Well, you're right. I would fuck her. Without a doubt, I'd fuck Ghislaine.
Did you or did you not say?
Oh, she lost.
Ghislaine Maxwell is appealing.
Oh, she lost her sex. When did that happen, Travis? I didn't even see that. 6 days. Oh, there you go. Ghislaine Maxwell loses her trafficking appeal.
They better make sure those prison guards don't motorcycle shop if you catch my drift.
No, but another reason I firmly believe that he killed himself.
Because the motorcycle shop?
Because she's alive and she's in prison. A lawyer for Maxwell said she plans to challenge the ruling. Oh, that's right. You can keep going. But like...
Oh, it's because she hasn't made it all the way up to the Supreme Court yet?
I mean, I don't know what the... I guess you can keep challenging it until the Supreme Court runs it out. But she lost. Well, I didn't even hear that.
Maxwell? Go ahead.
She claimed that she should be set free under... the terms of a 2008 deal between Epstein and federal prosecutors. Under that agreement, prosecutors agreed not to pursue his alleged co-conspirators.
Oh, maybe that was the Florida deal.
It was, yeah.
From back then that everybody was like, what the hell?
Yeah. If that's true, I don't know exactly how they got her, but the 3 judges dismissed the argument, saying Epstein's non-prosecution deal was intended to bind only prosecutors in southern Florida. Okay.
Oh, meaning that once this became a federal thing.
Maybe, or yeah. Fine. Okay. But I can't believe she didn't blab. Like, again, maybe she's afraid of being killed, or maybe... she thought that she could get out, but no one's going to help her. Like, no one can help her. No one can call and go, hey, this whole Ghislaine thing, you think you can... you just can't make that phone call.
No. Diddy might be able to.
Diddy might be able to do something.
Know, but I don't know if he's got the swing right now.
Diddy's in Dutch. I mean, that fucking... and he lost the appeal again to get out.
Yes, he did. No bail again. And
it was about the witnesses. Where's he going to flee?
Yeah.
I don't know where Diddy would go to. He's so goddamn famous, and you take the guy's passport. But they had all those text messages or whatever or phone calls to that witness.
Like 50 or more, right?
Yeah, and they're just like, he's going to be contacting people.
Yeah.
He's got to be terrible. Like, can you imagine one day, like, you think, like, hey, I got all this money. He's got the best lawyers. And then they're like, no, these are fucking...
Yeah.
This is like a racketeering trial, and you're not getting out.
You've been doing crimes for decades.
Yeah.
It's like, I thought it was fine. I thought it was going to be okay.
It was all good, right?
Yeah, I thought we were all cool. And now all these pictures and videos, everything is being recontextualized to be like, oh my God.
They're reading into everything. Like Usher and Pink deleted all their tweets.
Oh yeah, they did.
And I don't know what Pink has to do with any of this. Maybe she just hates Twitter because it's a cesspool.
It's possible.
And maybe Usher, he hadn't tweeted since 2009, right?
Yeah, but Usher's very connected to Diddy.
I know.
I don't know if Pink is that connected to Diddy. Maybe not.
Usher issued a statement yesterday saying he was hacked.
Come on.
I mean, did he really?
Stop saying that.
Did he really say that?
That's what I saw articles saying, yeah.
Everybody needs to stop saying that.
I know, because it does... Account hacked after okay.
Usher says account hacked after wiping tweets post Diddy arrest. Pink and Megan Fox follow suit.
Oh wow!
Is Megan Fox connected to Diddy?
No, and neither's Pink. I wonder they're just deleting all their old. Oh, I wonder why.
Well, I mean, I did see too. People are everything that happens now. People are like, post Diddy.
Every tweet, a joke they made. No, look at that. They said they were going to Miami in 2006.
Gas is cheaper now post Diddy. Huh? What? What are you talking about? I saw one that they were like, after Diddy got arrested, the Nike CEO stepped down. And it was like, yeah, you think that's because Nike's been in the toilet for the last year? You don't think that's what it was? You don't think because Nike's putting out shoes and people aren't buying them?
Is that what's happening?
Their stock is terrible.
Awesome.
And the CEO fucked up their business.
How?
He decided that shoes being cool is not important. That instead they can just try to make as much money off them as possible. And after a year or so of that plan, the shoes stopped being cool. So there was less money to be made off them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, so the resale market went in the toilet, and now, like, Jordans that would come out, that would be impossible to get, because they'd sell out instantly, and then they'd instantly be reselling for like $250.
Yep.
Are sitting on shelves.
Which
is great. I mean, I can go get them now if I want them. That's fun.
But so sorry. Basically, he's trying to make the money that the resale market was making, in the sense of, I want to make more of these and sell them so people don't gobble them up and then resell. Like, I'd rather just sell them to people who want them.
But even more so, like, not only it wasn't just making more, it was, let's stop working with the mom and pop stores. let's concentrate more on just selling on our own app as opposed to through these sneaker stores.
Okay.
So like, kind of taking out the whole thing that made the culture cool, which then other shoes companies were like, okay, we'll still keep our shoes through these sneaker stores and stuff like that. And so people were like, yeah.
So Nike hurt the business. They hurt their own business.
Badly.
Oh, okay.
It also got too big. Don't you think it just got way too big?
Yeah, I think they got greedy. Like
the Jordan thing, it was too much.
Yeah, and they kept putting out like new Jordans like literally every single week.
Yeah, and I mean,
it's a lot.
Collector shoes, like, it just...
Well, that's always going to be there.
I mean, I just don't care about any of it. Like, trust me, you come to talk to a man who must spend a lot of money on posters. So I get stupid collecting.
Right.
I don't judge it.
But it would be like if they realized, like, oh, look at this Kiss poster collector market, and they just started pumping out Kiss posters to the point that even you, who only collects the old ones, were like, this isn't even fun anymore because, they're like every week there's another bad Kiss poster, and everywhere you go, somebody's like, oh, I collect Kiss posters too. I have this one, and they're all garbage. And you go, you know what? I think I'm out.
If I had a house, there is one I looked at, and it was $700 on the fucking... as the people were still bidding. I just forgot about it. I wasn't going to spend that much anyway.
Yeah, right.
But I didn't. It was too big. I had nowhere to hang it. It was advertising the solo posters, and it sold for like $2,500. I'm like, oh God, am I glad I didn't get involved with that. So I would have lost.
Would have been nice to have, though.
It would have been. It's actually really cool. It's old. I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
But I don't have a house. So there's nowhere to put it in my fucking place.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're collecting. You have to kind of balance. I'm like, I can't do it.
It's tough. Yeah, if you don't make stringent rules, you end up just amassing and
just going crazy and becoming a fucking disaster. My wife's got the bedroom, so like,
yeah,
I can't fuck with the bedroom.
No, you got to make those deals.
You have
it's
to.
It's a fair deal.
You have to in life. Like, you have to sacrifice and go, the bedroom is hers.
Right. But also, she's not wrong.
No.
If you just had Kiss posters in every single room of your house, people would go, Jim, like, it's enough. You don't need these every room.
Yeah. No, you definitely don't. And this guy's asking on the phone, let's say, Jim in Philly.
What's up, Jim? Jim, you there?
Yep. Is it for Jim from Philly?
Yep.
Hey, guys. What's going on?
Hey, man.
Love the show.
Thank you.
Hey, was wondering if you guys were going to talk about the series on Netflix that Jim mentioned, the short documentary from Charlize Theron, Into the Fire.
Oh, it's two episodes of...
yeah.
It was, a woman, I'll just say in a very synopsis, a woman was 16 when she had a baby. She was a teenager, and she was, I guess, not doing the best job. She was too young, and her own mother said, you should give this kid up for adoption. So she gives the kid up for adoption, and then many, many years later, maybe 30 years later, she gets a call from the FBI or whoever. They're like, we need your DNA because we have to connect it to a body we found in a field. And we have to know if this is the person or whatever. So then she begins to find out what happened to the girl she gave up for adoption. Because they contacted her for DNA. And they wouldn't give her any information. But then she starts to look into the people who adopted her daughter. And then there was other things popping up, and then there was other dead girls.
Twists.
Very, very interesting. Yeah, I still don't want to give it away, but that's maybe this week. It's really fucking interesting, and it's only 2 episodes.
Oh,
it's 2 episodes.
That's nice.
It's nice. So thank you, Jim. Did you watch it or no?
I did, actually, on your advice last week.
What'd you think?
I just wanted to say how much did you hate the adoptive mother?
I fucking hated her. Yeah, she was a lump of shit. She was one of these people where people are like, well, they're and it's like, nah, she was a complete piece of shit. Yeah, you're right. I fucking hated her guts. Hated her fucking guts.
The whole time I was thinking, if I had a list like you did of things I hated, she'd probably be in the top 5.
that mother was an absolute lump of shit. Thanks for the call, Jim. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yep,
thanks, Jim.
Thanks. Love the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
she was garbage.
By the way, are we adding Ed Gein to the list?
No, because, I mean, I'm just sick of Ed Gein. I'm just bored with...
Right.
And again, I had it for so many years, so I can't pretend I don't go...
Wait a minute. Eric and Lyle.
Eric. Oh, is it Eric?
That's Eric.
Wow, nice. Very subtle.
He does.
What the fuck?
Have that unmistakable gaze.
Look at damn. I fucking bought a sports car and whatnot.
I bought a fucking watch, okay?
Yeah, for what? Put a gold hat. That is funny.
I told him the mafia did it.
Yeah. Is that what they said?
In the beginning.
Mafia.
In the beginning. Because they blasted them with shotguns. Their parents. Yeah. The Menendez brothers blasted their parents with shotguns. And they wanted to make it look like it was like a mafia hit because their dad was like a big business guy. And at first I think they believed it, but the cops did start to slowly. It took months.
Well, when you spend all that money, it's nothing but a red flag.
Well, yeah, that was like it was already one of the theories because there was no break-in.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, once all the money started being spent, it was like, okay, we got to do this. That's weird, that noise.
It bled through the door.
Yeah, it's annoying. Brendan in Florida.
Hey, how are you?
Hey,
Good.
Brendan.
Hey, man. So, actually, I got introduced to this show. It's called Inventing Anna. It's on Netflix. This chick I've been talking to told me I should watch it.
Anna Delvey, right?
It takes place. Yes.
You're such a basic bitch.
Yes. So,
that's so stupid.
yeah, if you already know that, I might as well just.
Yeah, you're so stupid.
Anymore.
We know. Shut up. Your phone call is stupid.
I totally agree now.
Yeah.
I'm glad I waited. But
I have money and you don't.
Yeah, I don't
Shut up with your stupid phone call.
Thank you, Brendan.
They'll never throw me out of the country. But isn't it crazy that how the fuck is she still in the U.S.?
Bro, what do you mean, is she in the U.S.?
Green card, right?
She's on Dancing with the Stars this season.
Like, what did I miss? Like, again, I guess now that they're not throwing people out for any fucking thing, 5 years it took me for immigration to deal with it over a fucking ticket for pot. Like,
no way. She's on Dancing with the Stars.
Shit.
She's on Dancing with the Stars, and I just saw she did an interview with Z-Way.
I don't have any problem. I don't care. But she went to jail. How does that get you the green card? I just don't get it. When you do time in prison for fraud, how does that get you?
I guess because like a lot of other people are basic bitches. I think.
Our immigration system fucking sucks. It sucks. And again, I don't hate Anna Delvey. I don't care. She's not a violent criminal, but still. I would love to know how she managed to pull this off.
Did Dancing with the Stars start yet? She a good dancer? Our buddy Eric Roberts is on Dancing with the Stars this season.
Is he really? Good for him.
That, yes.
Good for Eric Roberts.
Yes, Eric Roberts is hanging out with Anna Delvey.
I bet he's a decent dancer, too.
He's got to be. He comes from that old school Hollywood of like, song and dance man. Yeah,
like Travolta, like those guys.
Right. Like we know how to entertain.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of those guys did musical theater at one point. Has it started already?
It started last week.
All right.
Who are the other celebs?
Oh, yeah. There's a whole who is who. Anna Delvey. Who else? Dwight Howard.
Is Dwight Howard?
Tori Spelling.
Okay. Dancing.
You don't like dancing?
Dancing with the Stars. Oh. No, I hate the name of it.
Why? Oh, Reginald Val Johnson. Now, will Reginald be dancing? Will he be playing a police officer as he dances? Oh. Oh. I didn't see the chair move. Was that the chair?
It was the chair.
Because I didn't see it move.
It was the radio station arm.
Okay, because it didn't move at all. Nothing moved, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Let's see. Alana Mayer. Oh, wow. Stephen Nardorstik. Oh, wow.
I think he's that Olympic guy.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Who's
sure.
That? Stephen
Nardorstik. Yep.
Do you know who that is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he's a star.
Guy, yeah.
He just came back from the Olympics, and he's doing Dance with the Stars already?
Oh, you need money.
That's true. He didn't get that Gatorade commercial?
Olympics don't pay.
No.
The Olympics suck.
They do?
So, yeah, they're all great athletes. I just find it
Not all of them. Not Ray Gun.
I stand corrected. The vast majority.
Yes.
I just find it stupid. I just don't care about it at all.
You don't want to know who's the best at sports in the world?
I don't give a shit at all.
I want to know who could throw the farthest, but that's just me.
I can tell you who's not the best at football. And Mike, I didn't watch the game. Of course, I forgot they were playing. What did Dak suck?
He threw for close to 400 yards, accounted for their only rushing touchdown, and threw
and no interceptions, right?
No.
Okay, so he had a good game?
He's the old. It's just him and Jake Ferguson right now.
Who's Jake Ferguson?
They're tight end.
Okay. Who's their running back?
They're doing running back by committee with Rico Dowdle, who I believe is an undrafted free agent. They brought back Zeke Elliott.
Oh, is he back?
Yeah, they brought him back on like a 1-year deal. And they have Deuce Vaughn back there, and then their fullback is Hunter Lupke.
Didn't they have someone last year?
They had Tony Pollard, but he was coming off an ankle injury, and his production was down. He's with Tennessee now.
Oh, okay.
It was way closer, honestly, than I thought it would be. I kind of thought Baltimore was going to cream them.
Well, they struggled to do two of the most basic things.
Baltimore did.
The Cowboys.
Oh, Dallas did.
You may have heard analysts say it all comes down to blocking and tackling.
I think I've heard that before.
The Cowboys have seemingly forgotten how to do both.
Oh, either one. Not even one or the other.
Both,
oh, man.
So
that's
are they poorly coached?
The players have... A lot of them have all come out and said, it's not the coaching, it's us, we're not executing. It just looks like they're getting blown off the ball on defense.
Yeah.
And then they can't run the ball. They have 2 rookie offensive linemen, so the line hasn't gelled yet. They're not getting any push, and they're not doing anything in the run game.
Every year there's something with them. They're never going to win with Jerry Jones. I just think his decision-making, there's something about when the fucking owner wants to be too involved with the GM shit, it just doesn't work.
You hate Jerry Jones.
I do, yeah, because, I do.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Yeah. The Jets are doing great.
Are they?
Yeah.
Good. They've been fun.
Yeah.
Were they 2-1?
I think so.
Good for them.
They beat
good for them.
Pats on Thursday
Good for
night.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot you like Aaron Rodgers.
I do now,
yeah.
He was very cool.
Yeah.
Well, he's contending with a curse, so we do have to see how the rest of the season goes.
The Jets curse?
The Jets curse.
Oh, yeah, and it is legit.
It's ayahuasca versus a curse.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I wonder if he's contacted his shaman about reversing the curse.
Yeah.
If anybody can reverse a curse through shaman, it's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it would be huge for ayahuasca too, because I'm seeing all these videos on Twitter today about how ayahuasca is bad for you.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers could do for ayahuasca what what's his name from the Chiefs is doing for Pfizer.
If ayahuasca gets the Jets a Super Bowl, legendary.
Yeah.
Are they saying it's bad for you? Is all this?
There's all these videos of like people down in South American jungles throwing up. It's all like white people in pajama pants.
But you do throw. It's part of it. I know someone that's gone a couple times to, and she's gone to, was it Peru? I think where they do it, and she's gone somewhere to the actual place, and she said it's a great facility. Everyone pukes. That's what you do. It's part of it.
It's the fun.
Yeah, they all just vomit for hours.
Right.
I find it just to be a not connection to the universe at all. It's just you're probably hitting those weird chemicals in the back of your brainstem, wherever they are. When you die and people see God, or they see the hereafter. I think that's all chemicals. Like it's this weird euphoric chemical rush you get from things released in your brain when you die.
That's what they say those out-of-body experiences are.
Of course. I mean, I wish it wasn't.
Although, I do worry. I would never advise you to do it. I couldn't imagine the demons that would be opened up.
I just can't.
If all your memories came flooding back.
Yeah.
It'd be terrible.
Unfortunately, I just can't.
No, that's fortunate.
And the puking would kill me, too.
Yeah.
They do it for like 4 nights in a row.
And you're supposed to do it like under the guidance of a good shaman.
And she said they're great. Like this place she went to, they're the best, and they're really attentive, and everybody, it's like a legit experience. But, I don't know.
It was a good night for Kansas City last night. Not only was the team great, but the refs are on their side.
The rigged NFL.
And, the refs are on their side, and Atlanta, their coaches make terrible calls. So all things considered, good time to be in Kansas City. That's not pass interference. What we're the stealth that
who got away with the
one
call?
on the left is
right.
The one on the right is not.
The one on the right is not pass interference.
Wow, they didn't.
It's not.
Of course,
it's not.
And the ball's not even there yet, and they didn't call it.
No. Well, it's Kansas City doing it though.
Can we see the play?
I mean, the defender's head is not facing the quarterback; it's buried in the receiver's chest.
Right, you have to be looking over your shoulder, right?
Pass interference.
Yeah, really. Yeah, no, that's actually not, Mike. I hate to correct you. That was not pass interference. I saw the game. They did not call it.
Dust off the old rule book.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you this. If it were pass interference, they would have mentioned it. You know what I mean?
Who's the rules analyst for Sunday night?
Oh, I have no idea.
He's usually the third guy in the booth.
I'll
tell you what.
Play.
I was looking up the rules analyst for Sunday night. Sorry, Terry
O'Quinn.
Nope.
Bradshaw.
Yep. McCauley.
Balea.
That'd be sick. I would remember
Terry
that.
McCauley.
Terry McCauley.
Did he opine on the play?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what.
I had fallen asleep by then.
Twitter really considered this pass interference in a big way.
Anything you know about Spagnola is
Boom.
that was a lot of
His arms were wrapped around him.
You can hear in the booth they went, ugh. You can't.
It's not around and didn't have a chance.
Yeah. How the fuck is that not called?
Wow, Jim, I think the referees know a little more than you.
And can you not go to the booth for that, or can you not appeal that? Like that, I mean, that was a mugging.
It was a mugging.
His arms were wrapped around. You can see from the other angle.
That's
it's 100% pass interference.
Challenge, like whether something was pass interference.
You can or can't?
I don't think you can.
Yeah, maybe not. It's like balls and strikes. There's certain things you can't challenge in baseball either.
Because they don't want you going through all the little.
Yeah, and they don't want to be shown to be as bad as their job as they are.
Although, I mean, it's
they have that box on the screen that.
Yeah,
when they clarifies everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then at the very end, there was Atlanta took a timeout or didn't take a timeout or something that led to everybody going, "What the hell are these coaches doing?"
Oh, no, just another.
They fucked up at the very end.
Another
of the game.
Clock panic. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna guess didn't take a timeout. Could they have kicked a field goal here and won? How much did they lose by?
I think they might have been down by a touchdown.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not 100% sure.
It was 22. I didn't see the second half. I think it was 22-17.
Yeah,
something like that.
Oh, so they had to score. Yeah. I mean, how is that not pass interference? That's crazy. But I mean, look, Kansas City, they do get the calls, but they're also a great team, so they don't choke.
I mean, Travis, you're not complaining because today you're a rich man. Am I right?
Oh yeah,
me too.
Yeah, Sam and I took the Chiefs money line.
We're independently wealthy now. Anytime I win,
I don't even need to be here today.
No, me neither. Anytime I win, I'm independently wealthy, and anytime I lose, I've really lost my shirt.
You're never going to financially recover.
I'm never going to financially recover from this. That's right.
Steve in Florida.
What's up, Steve?
Oh, hey, I just wanted to compliment Joe Norton on his Gutfeld appearance. It was really, really funny.
Thank you. Greg called me.
Yeah, that was the second time he did it, by the way.
I don't remember the first time. We're in the middle of conversation, and Greg goes, "What do you think, Joe?"
Oh, you know Greg.
I know Greg. I've been doing his show since 2006 or 7.
Why does he call you Joe? Your name's Jim.
I would like to know. I did ask him. Yeah. Just made a mistake.
Unfortunately, I think I called the last time he called you Joe. So
how long ago was that?
It was 8 months, a year ago, something like that. It might have been longer. I don't know. But
yeah,
you remember his mind.
Yeah. You think that's what it
is?
But
you were really funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. My wife was crestfallen because of the Tampa cancellation. By the way, we'll look to come and see you, but I guess it's going to be March.
Yep, I'll be there in March. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was on the night after. She had Trump on this week or last week.
Right. Yeah, we were taking a cat about
it. Oh, that's right. And there was a clip that he showed. The episode I was on, he showed a clip that they didn't get to the night before because I guess Trump ran a little long.
That's not like him.
I know.
That's weird.
It was so fucking funny.
What was he talking about?
Just a guy who he knew in school who came up to see him, a guy from like high school. The girls loved him. He was handsome. Like he was.
And now he said, "I can't believe how well you've done."
It was a very funny clip, and he's just Trump being Trump. But he was really good. Like in that, again, he talks more than anybody there does. But who cares?
Yeah. Although he has said what? Is this?
Yeah, these are the 2 questions he was asked that didn't make the show that night.
All right, let's take a
listen.
listen.
This might be a little long, but
it's 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, I don't know if we're gonna play a 2-minute clip, but it was just a funny answer. He asked him.
We can listen for a second.
Yeah.
Moments with Donald Trump that we couldn't fit it all into one show, hence the lube. Here's that part you didn't get to see.
What
What is your fondest and not so fondest memory of high school?
I loved high school. I loved sports in high school. I loved playing sports. I had a couple of things where you get in a little trouble. I was aggressive. By the way, when you look at the aggression of kids in schools today where they throw teachers out the window, we're not talking about that. But I hated getting in trouble because I hated when they called my father and mother and say...
Oh, yeah, they are.
Teachers are getting thrown out the window?
Dude, they're getting the shit beat out of them. There's always videos of these fucking animals punching teachers. Yeah, he's right.
I don't know about literally thrown out the window, but they are getting the
Yeah, I
Is
mean,
that happening in your daughter's school?
Not that I know of, but I also don't know what's going on with her.
That's a good point. What happened today? Nothing. Did your teacher get thrown out the window? Yeah. Why'd you tell me nothing happened today?
Yeah, there's videos all over the place of teachers just getting slapped and punched in the face. It's fucking crazy.
shit kicked out of them.
I mean, it's crazy to see it.
I feel like if there were cell phone cameras when I was going to school, there probably would have been videos then too.
But there was no teachers getting the shit beat out.
In the 90s, yes, there were.
Very, very few. I mean, going back to my high school, I never heard of it. I'm not saying it never happened, but not like this. It's constant. Like it's all the time. Somebody is getting slapped in the face. People get yelled at, but there wasn't really violence against.
I mean, sometimes maybe
teachers.
they try to break up a fight. And they
100%. Yeah, and you would get this, but it was rare. But now it just seems like, wow, this happens a lot. And I don't blame people for not wanting to be teachers. Like, why would you? It's a shit job.
I guess. I mean, I've been to schools and everybody's happy.
Now, it's the schools you're going to and the people that go to those schools, sure.
Yeah.
But if you search it out, you'll find it. It's there. And it's a lot. Yes, let's hear our favorite president.
You know, he's not really behaving so well. I hated it. But I loved the camaraderie. I had a lot of great friends from high school.
Yeah.
You know, you don't see him often, but one came up to my office the other day. He was a great-looking guy. Women loved him. Most beautiful-looking guy you've ever seen. And I hadn't seen him in many years. And I said to the people in the office, the women especially, when do you see this guy, how he looks? He was a football player. He was a great football player, actually. But he had everything. And the women loved him. And he walked into my office, and I said, oh... it was not a pretty sight.
Not a pretty
That's great. All right, you get it. That was great.
Oh. Not a pretty sight.
What happened?
That's the story. The president, former president.
He was a beautiful man, and now, not so much. Oh. Chris the teacher. What's up, bud?
Hey, guys, I got a big problem.
Yeah.
Sure.
I just got thrown out a window.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You're calling us from outside?
I can't get back in, and my ID's in the desk, and I'm stuck outside.
It's not even 9 o'clock yet, bud. I can't believe. First period.
Daily occurrence.
Oh, man.
Somebody goes out every day.
Sorry, Chris. You keep fighting. Fight the good fight, bud.
Yeah, it's like shootings. I mean, in the sense that there are a lot more now than there ever were. Like, it's way worse. Even without the cell phones years ago, it's happening way more often. Hey, Jim.
Jim Florentine is here.
Oh, perfect.
What's going on, man?
What's going on?
The new album is out on Friday. You Can't Please Them All, which is, you're probably the perfect person to release that album.
Well, it was when people would walk out, I would just be like, you can't please them all. What am I going to do? So I just think that's a good title for the album.
Yeah, it's a great title. Yeah. We were just watching Trump on Gutfeld talking about...
By the way, he took my spot that night.
What? You were supposed to be on?
I got canceled on Monday, and I'm like, who the fuck did they cancel me for Wednesday for?
Yeah.
I was annoyed. They're like, we have to move his date. I'm like, fuck.
And then you turn it on.
And then on Wednesday, I'm looking, I got to see who they put in instead of me. And then I see the lineup at like 3 in the afternoon. It's Trump.
Like, were you annoyed? Like, fuck, I could have been on there with him.
Yeah, I could have been on there. And plus, yeah, absolutely.
But they're probably going to put, of course, Tyrus and Kat. And I guess the other woman, is she a Fox analyst or a Fox?
Yeah, Emily Capano.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So they put all the regulars.
Yeah.
Or the Secret Service did a background check on me. Go, no, he can't be near Trump.
Well, you can't please everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
They might have discovered the upper decker I took, and they go, no, we can't have him around. We can't near the president.
The prank phone call guy? No.
He was funny, too.
Yeah, he was good.
He was really good, yeah.
But no one really got to talk besides Trump on it, so...
Well, everyone gets like a line here and there, right?
Yeah, so I might have got maybe a question in or something.
Sure.
That was about it.
It would have been funny if you were trying to interrupt him the whole time just to get your shit in, and people are like, what is Florentine doing?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think they wanted a smooth show. Like, they wanted it to go, they didn't want, people arguing.
Yeah, they could just sit down with the regulars and go, here's the plan, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Give Trump his hour.
It.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for the better.
Sure. They did like 5 million
Not for
people.
me.
Well, no.
I had some gigs to plug.
Yeah, they had huge numbers that night, too.
Yeah.
By the way, this Thursday, Jim Florentine will be at Jane Pickens Theater in Newport, Rhode Island, then on to Nashua, New Hampshire, Saturday in Plymouth, New Hampshire, Vancouver, October 3rd, all over the place, man.
And Tacoma, Washington.
Tacoma, October 4th and 5th.
Those are the dates I got
Tacoma
rescheduled
Comedy.
when I got canceled in Seattle.
Why'd you get canceled in Seattle?
They did a Google search on me.
We've listened to the community.
Yeah, they listened to the community.
Is that club still going? Yeah, it's true.
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Noam interviewed them. The people who had this club, and they're canceling you,
Me,
Louis
Kurt Metzger,
Gomez.
Louis J. Gomez, and Dave Smith.
So was there people that looked up all the dirty comics that were coming and called the club, or did the club do this on their own? Or
The club did it, plus I heard the local Seattle comics.
It's amazing. Comedians complaining about the political content of other comedians. Like, what fucking babies.
So, local comics came in and said, do you know who you're booking?
And instead of going, shut the fuck up if you want to work, they're like, oh, I better listen to our community.
And so they figured that their move would be, instead of bringing headliners in, they'd side with the locals
that don't draw anybody.
Right.
That ran out of how many times their friends are going to come see them.
Right.
You know, they'll see him maybe 2 times. Like, no, we're not going again.
You can't go every single.
I got to bring 4 people on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Is that club still running?
I think,
question.
Okay.
It is.
Well, look, it's in that Chaz section of Seattle. Remember the whole block that whole community they shut down?
The one that the cops should have run through with tear gas immediately?
Right,
yeah, that one.
A woman got raped, a guy got killed, but it worked out that summer of love for
That's
him.
one guy.
Yeah,
one girl. The summer of love.
That's what they called it, the summer of love.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Did they really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But they also said they were afraid of what, that our fans that would come see us in that town, come to that town, what they might do to the local people afterwards. We're going to, our fans are going to beat people up.
Well, forget about all the reports of violence that I hear after Jim Florentine comedy
or
shows.
any comedy shows.
Right.
People usually get riled up after they laugh for an hour and a half.
It's just such fake. The people who are going to get beat up, your fans are probably the ones who would get attacked going there.
Right. Wearing a Judas Priest shirt.
Yeah.
Right.
Silly.
That really is funny. I'm trying to think of one comic that's ever had their fans create a violent outburst in a city after the comedy show.
My crowd is old anyway.
Right. Yeah, they're going out. It's we finally get a night out. Maybe
they got babysitters.
Right. I got to get home by 10 because that's when the babysitter. I don't want to have to pay the babysitter extra. No, I don't have time for a violent outburst today. I got to go relieve the babysitter.
It never happens after comedy shows.
How could it?
Never. It's a complete fake. It's a completely fake statement. Comedy fans are never running out and beating up people.
But they also said their progressive values don't align with our stand-up comedy.
Oh, well, in that case.
I mean, how hateable have progressives become? It's fucking crazy.
Right. That sounds like a hilarious place to see comedy.
I mean, isn't that fucking insane? Progressives, I'm sorry, you're hateable.
Yeah. Anytime you're attaching, it goes back to the messaging that you were talking about earlier. Any kind of social messaging or political thing to the comedy club. It's this is where we go to escape all that.
Yeah.
We just want to laugh at some jokes. That's all. That's it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I think even the club owner goes, yeah, we had to cancel those guys, and sadly, Kurt Metzger. So they really wanted Kurt. Us 3 were like, yeah, whatever, but it was sadly Kurt Metzger.
We're very sorry that Kurt got caught up in this whirlwind of panic.
Kurt almost hung on. These guys were never going to make it. Kurt almost made it, and then no.
But the Tacoma Comedy Club, which is 30 minutes away, just took all 4 of the weekends.
Genius.
And booked us. Said, we'll take them.
And so all the tickets that were sold there,
we'll go right there.
That's genius.
Yeah. That's really smart.
Yeah.
Yes, that's even more. That's October 4th and 5th, by the way, in Tacoma.
And then you're doing Vancouver after that?
I'm doing it the day before.
Oh, and then you drive them down.
Yeah, because it's an hour and a half from Seattle, so I'll do one nighter there and then come back. And
have you done? I've never done a gig there. No. I did one years ago and I had to cancel it. I never.
No, I never did. I can't wait.
Yeah, you're accepting of all gas. You like to receive it.
He does.
Yeah. We were watching a clip from the Kansas City game last night. And, it was weird. Jim thought it was pass interference, but, the referee would have called it, I think, if it were pass interference.
Look, it's the Chiefs. The Chiefs will get all the calls.
Did you see that particular one?
Yeah, every week. Right. I see what the refs do. I watch these games. They'll call a bunch against the Chiefs early in the first half. Shit that they shouldn't have called, just to even it out so you don't think they're completely favored. But when the game's on the line...
Oh, wow.
Fourth quarter, third quarter. Look at last week. If you saw it, after he threw that incomplete, the game was over. It was a fourth and whatever.
Yep.
Then the flag came out. 3 seconds after the ball just fell to the ground and Chiefs had no more plays. Then he throws the flag.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs will have a tough first half.
Yeah, they'll mix them in. They'll get, but on that last drive, they called 2 against the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, against the Chiefs, pass interference on that last drive last night.
How is that one not that? I mean, that was literally his arm was wrapped around him.
And the week before, there was a play right at the end where they called it. That was the play. That
I thought that one was a good call. Who'd they call it against?
Right there.
Yeah, I thought that was pass interference. But this was even worse. They didn't call it.
It's
terrible.
more. Yeah, this is
Just
more
terrible.
interference.
Yeah. This is more interference.
Yeah.
He's literally blowing him. He's like, look, the ball's coming. I'll suck your dick real quick. Catch it.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. People get mad. They get furious.
Because everybody knows, if you really watch football, the Chiefs totally get favored with the refs. Mm-hmm. Not every play, though. I'm telling they'll
just
even
enough.
You're just enough.
When it counts.
When it counts.
When it matters.
Plausible deniability.
You see that their Chiefs' offensive line, the last drive, will be all 5 guys will be holding, and they won't call it. Little things like that.
And you wonder why. You don't they're not having a meeting saying, let's not. It's just one of those unspoken things, maybe.
Yeah, they're not huddling before the game, and the commissioner's not telling them, hey, don't, do this.
This is our team, right?
They just,
it's like the Patriots. Everyone hated the Patriots. Everyone thought the Patriots got all the calls, too, especially the home games when Brady was there for years.
Yeah.
So now the Chiefs are the new Patriots.
Right. People don't like to see, they like to see teams do well to an extent. But then once they start doing too well, plus you add in all the celebrity stuff, the Taylor Swift stuff, it's gotten on a lot of people's nerves.
Yeah.
People just want to
You like that stuff, though.
I do. I love it.
You like celebrity.
Look, it's just a couple in love. I love it.
Jim wants to just see some good smash mouth football.
It makes me feel warm inside that they're in love.
Yeah. You like the dancing.
I don't mind them going down the field when they, get a turnover and they all pose in front of the camera. That doesn't bother me. My kid's like, that doesn't bother you. I go, no, that doesn't.
Right.
But did you see that video when they were at the U.S. Open? I'm sure you guys saw it.
Oh, yeah, with the Gucci bucket hat? He looked cool.
Who was he wearing a
Travis
bucket hat?
Kelce had a Gucci bucket hat and a matching Gucci shirt.
Yeah, but the outfit was horrific in itself.
No.
But them...
They danced.
Mimicking that, I believe in a thing called Love, that Darkness song.
Yeah, they like the darkness.
Oh,
that's a really douchey hat.
Wait, you got to put the volume on that so Jim can hear it. Start it from the beginning.
He doesn't want to do it.
Look,
you can. I thought the same thing.
Look.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty awful.
They know the whole song.
That's very awful. But he's just leaning into it. He's like, this is embarrassing, but I'm going to go home and fuck Taylor Swift.
He does kind of...
I don't need to make a statement here. I'm going to go home and fuck her.
Yeah.
Brittany Mahomes was the girl with the sunglasses right there.
Right.
She goes, what is she doing? She said to Patrick Mahomes, because they know the cameras would go on the celebrities during breaks, so they know the camera's on them, so that's why they started doing that.
What is she doing?
What is she doing? That couple can't get that much attention. They need more.
Well, did she say that? Her lips.
Yeah, you could see in the beginning.
See. Yeah.
What is she doing?
I want to see. She's like looking at the screen, I guess.
See, what is she doing?
Yeah.
What is she doing?
What is she doing?
Yeah. She's saying it to Patrick Mahomes, and she loves the attention, Brittany Mahomes too, and even her. So no, we'll just the cameras are on us. Let's pretend. It's such bad acting, is what it is.
Well, I wonder if she's getting a little jealous that.
Troy, do you like it? Did you find it amusing?
I'm going to say no comment. It's so cheesy and feels so phony.
Right?
I think they're really in a relationship, but I also think that this is very...
He doesn't even know where to grab her. Like when he's putting his arm, like his hands on it, he looks
uncomfortable.
He doesn't know where to put his hands, and that.
Probably he wants to grab her ass, but he can't because there's cameras everywhere. That's probably what he does. He's just a big galoot. He wants to just grab a girl's asshole, but he can't because the cameras go. Grab her.
There is a thing about knowing that everybody's looking at you.
No matter what you do, and you're also handling plutonium. Like, she's literally the most loved celebrity, or one of the most powerful ones alive.
Right.
And every single move you make is being scrutinized by everyone.
I didn't like the way that he grabbed her.
Yeah,
I didn't like the way.
But the thing is, they knew the camera was on him because they'll go around the celebrities in between the matches or whatever. So they saw that camera on him, and that's when she started acting out like that.
I think Taylor also knows that whenever she's anywhere, there's always one camera
on
her, like waiting for her to do
even
stuff.
Brittany Mahomes said, "What is she doing there?" or whatever, because she knew the camera was on it too. It's like, just fucking hang out. They're playing a song in between the match. Right. You gotta fucking. It's like a bad high school play, like them acting it out is what it is.
I would also think
that's bad.
Two bad actors.
That of all people, like, you would think that Taylor Swift would not want more attention. She gets so
Can't get enough.
Right. It's crazy. It'd be like if somebody was like, Jim, tell a joke, and you're like, I don't know.
Do you like his hat?
You don't like a Gucci bucket hat?
Oh, I mean, even Voss wouldn't wear that.
Voss might wear that.
Voss would wear
it. No, he wouldn't wear that.
You don't think so?
No. Even he would say no, and he loves the designer shit. I still get on him with the Louis Vuitton wallet and the luggage.
It sucks.
I'm like, there's no way you're a straight man. You can't be. You can't.
You don't think it's cool?
Huh?
You don't think it's cool?
No, and it's not even that it's not cool. He can't. A straight man wouldn't, especially
his
a white
denial.
guy wouldn't walk around. Yeah, it's his denial.
Yeah. He's a gay man?
Yeah.
Rich?
He's got something's going on.
Sure.
And it's fine, but
it's fine.
You can't just tell me you're going to walk around with a Louis Vuitton luggage.
Sure.
And a bag. It looked almost like a purse.
Yeah.
He had almost a purse.
Well, he likes to flex, though, too. Don't
yeah,
forget.
he does.
You could flex with something else.
Sure, a watch.
His watches, his chains, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Rings. His rings. He's got many
rings. That's why he hasn't got mugged yet, because even the fucking muggers are going to go, that shit's fake. We're going to leave him alone.
You think they don't believe it?
Walking out of the cellar to his car to go, that shit, we're not going to get anything for that.
Why would anybody look like
that? No one is this stupid. They stand corrected.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty annoying. The U.S. Open.
Well, maybe they got bored. Tennis is not the most exciting sport.
I don't know how people. I guess it's like a place to go, but I don't get the idea of watching it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a good time. I wouldn't have a good time at a tennis match.
No, it's unwatchable.
You like tennis?
No, but I mean, baseball's boring too.
Baseball sucks.
Sitting there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to a game. When's the last time you went to a game? I haven't gone in years.
A few weeks ago, I took my kid to Milwaukee. Went to a couple games.
In Milwaukee?
Yeah, the Giants. We like the Giants in baseball.
Okay.
Took them to a couple games.
How was it?
It's fun to go to.
It was great.
Going to games is fun.
Going to games is cool.
How was your stadium?
Stadium's beautiful.
The Milwaukee, it's
yeah,
new?
they got a retractable roof, so if it's muggy out or whatever, they'll close the roof, and everybody's so nice.
I also feel like there's no pressure at a baseball game. Like, you can leave early or not. Like, stay for the game.
Yeah.
Like, you want to go? Let's go. Like,
yeah.
Everybody's nice there.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The security, they'll let you go down to the front and, like, try to get autographs. Any other stadium, they're all over you.
Let me see your ticket.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Was it crowded?
Nah, about half full.
Okay.
But yeah, it's great.
That's a nice. Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Are those giant windows in the back? I can't see for sure.
Yeah.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah, it's great.
How old is that stadium? 10 years or less?
No, it's probably 20.
Okay.
15, 20.
Yeah.
2001.
Oh, wow. Okay. 25 years old.
But it is nice.
I haven't gone in so long to a sporting event. I do want to go to I call it the new Yankee Stadium, but I mean...
It's not new.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But I do want to go to it once.
Go to a playoff game.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you could still go...
I want to just go to a regular game and just get good seats. I don't give a fuck.
You should just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like right behind home plate, about 20 rows up, $54. That ticket,
great.
Ticket in New York at the Yankee game, what, grand? Easily $54.
During a regular game, it's that expensive now? Like regular season games, that bad?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Even most of the stadiums, that's easy, like $170 ticket.
Right. And you got it like day of?
Yeah, just regular price.
That's
awesome. Off the brewer, so that's what they charge.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy Milwaukee?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Was it Comedy on Stage? No, it's what's the gig?
There's nothing. Well, there's an improv there now, or a Funny Bone in Milwaukee. I didn't. No, we just went on like early in the week.
Oh, you went earlier. Okay.
Yeah, just to go Ubers around. There's not, Milwaukee's not. If you like cheese.
Was there anything fun? Did you do anything fun?
No.
Well, you said how long were you there?
I don't go sightseeing.
How long were you there?
Like 2 days.
You said you went to a couple games.
Yeah, we went. Yeah, like
so that's how you know.
We went to a Wednesday night and a Thursday afternoon, and then flew out Thursday night.
If you're there for 2 days, 48 hours, and you got 2 baseball games in, there's nothing to do.
Yeah, exactly. And there's not a lot of sightseeing to go on. I've been to Milwaukee before.
Yeah, I'm going to Vegas for Skankfest. And one thing I really want to see, it's 2 hours from Vegas, but I really want to see that Grand Canyon. It's on the Indian Reservation, I think. It's not part of the park. That fucking half a horseshoe glass thing where you walk out on. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah. Where
it looks like fucking terrifying.
Right, so like the ground is clear, so you can see how deep it goes beneath you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they built it out and you walk out.
I mean, it's one of those
it's
things.
It's like 3,000 feet or 2,000 feet.
Would
you go on it, Travis?
How far is that to get to?
I would be tempted.
What's that?
How far is that outside of Vegas?
2 hours, maybe. So it's like, you got to go and you don't have a...
It's one of those things that as I look at, it's the same thing as the Sears Tower, where, like, I look at it and go, that'd be easy. I'll go do that. That looks like it'd be a lot of fun. And then the minute I step on the glass, I start freaking out.
Yeah.
Like the minute, like I had no qualms about it at all, and then I step on and I go, oh, like it just sends a shock through your body.
Yeah, the glass is horrifying, and the whole thing is. I'm sure they have like a little place that's not glass to walk around, but just being out that far.
It looks like the middle is glass, and then
around like the outsides.
The sides look like they're not.
Yeah, it's probably
that's what it looks like a stripe of glass.
This is cool.
And you watch them that can hold. I forget how many planes that thing can hold. Like that can hold so many hundreds of thousands or a couple million pounds. Like,
but you can say that.
Sure.
It's just still like the way we look at it. It's hollow in the middle. So it just comes out like it looks like it's going to fall off at any moment.
The Chinese are hilarious. They have one of these in China has some fucking amazing stuff like this.
Like the staircase?
A crazy height, but they have one like this. It's glass, but then they send cracks through it once in a while. Like as
a stunt?
It's a joke. Yeah, as fake cracks and people panic.
That's not funny.
It's hilarious when you're watching it, but they do it. They show videos of people crawling.
Oh, they lose their mind.
Yeah, I'm sure. I bet you I would. And you do. You have to start. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
It's completely. What's that called, Travis? That place?
It's on the side of a mountain, and it looks to be motion activated, so that when you step on it, like crack effects in certain panes of glass.
They have
That's a great prank.
And the person literally gets as close to the ground as humanly possible.
He drops his flag.
Yeah, forget it.
But that's the place. It just goes around the outside of a mountain. China has so many fucking places like that.
Just terrifying enough.
Yeah,
I know. You
high
don't need
bridges.
That.
No, you don't need.
I don't need.
I guess that they know that it's a part of like the.
It's a fun prank.
Yeah.
But if you go and you don't know,
or even if you know, but you see it, and because your brain plays tricks on you when you're in like situations like that. I could probably go out there, not be scared before, know that there's fake cracks in, and then the minute I get out there, I'd be terrified, and I would absolutely be terrified of the fake cracks, even though I knew they were fake.
And it's all the way around this thing goes, too. I'm hoping it doesn't do it the whole time. How long is this joke? It's probably just one section that does it. But China has some cool stuff. Man.
If you get past and you're like, all right, with the cracks, we got it.
We got it.
I understand.
I want to look down.
Okay.
But I kind of want to go to China for that, just to see some of these interesting things that they have. They have other ones like that too. Like they do stuff that like Dubai. I won't go to Dubai, but they have that fucking thing where you can what's it called on a line when you go
like a zip line?
Zip line off the top of a building, which you'd never get. Look at the zip line where you basically flat out and you just drop.
Oh, forget that.
No way.
You wouldn't do that?
No.
I wouldn't. It looks really scary.
Forget. Oh, look how long it is.
It's long, dude.
Forget it. No, not a chance.
They drop you off the top of a giant building. It's probably really fun, and it only lasts for like 30, 45 seconds. It's
45 seconds is long.
It's a long time
up there.
Yeah.
I would not do it, and I would never regret not doing it. I'd be happy with myself for not doing it.
Would you do it? You don't care about heights, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you don't like them?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
No. There's plenty of stuff to do right on the ground.
How about like CN Tower in Toronto, the glass elevator?
Don't like it either.
No, and is that where they go up to the dial too? And
I wouldn't do that. Fuck that shit. They have one in New York, the Edge Walk, which is a cool observation deck, and you can stand on glass.
I thought that was you pacing around your apartment.
But they also have this thing where, see, this is what you do. You hang on.
Forget it. Nope.
You wouldn't do this.
Hell no.
Would
you?
I'd only do the zip line.
Oh, Travis would do this.
Well,
You're not afraid. Look at this.
It's not the heights thing for Travis. He's obsessed with zip lines. He's been kicked out of places because all he does is zip line.
I mean, look at that.
I wouldn't even eat lunch.
Just scarfing down food as quickly as possible.
As you get closer to the ground, it's probably less terrifying, but...
Rest of us are eating.
I'd have my eyes closed the whole time.
You would?
Yeah.
You're just hoping it without holding your breath, right?
I remember when I was going on my honeymoon to Costa Rica, Jonathan Brand Muffins.
Yeah.
Of course, he's been there a million times. He's booking all this stuff for me and my wife to do at the time.
Yeah.
And he had like 3 different zip lines. I go, I'm not zip lining in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Yeah, I trust those zip lines there in the middle of the fucking...
I'm a
middle of nowhere.
No.
There's no... I go, I'm here to fuck and drink.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking zip lining. I don't
You're
need
the man,
activities.
dude.
Yeah, I would... this I would trust a little more, I guess, but...
Nope.
It is.
Because the risk-reward, like... I'm sure it never goes wrong, but if it would go wrong, was it really worth it to ride a zip line? No.
I know.
No.
Yeah,
As you fall, and they said it was safe.
Yeah, they said it was safe.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ride the zip line.
I'm guessing they have a double line. You hope it's a double line in case one fucking cracks. At least you're still held up. There was one more place I was thinking of. We talked about the CN Tower. Oh, the Edge Walk in New York. What they have is you can also, this is pretty terrifying, on the outside of the building, they have stairs that go up, and they're not completely, but they're pretty straight. And there's a railing on your left, but not on your right. So you're basically looking over. No, find the stairs.
That sucks.
But that one sucks because it's over. Yeah, these where you're.
Forget it.
You're tethered in, but you're walking up steps on the outside of the building. That's a pretty fucking scary one.
That looks horrible.
Yeah, that's very scary.
Plus, Florentine, if you died on the zip line, you know what people would be, even if they pretended to be sad about it. They were like, "What do you mean he died on his honeymoon?" Yeah, on a zip line. The only thought would be, why'd you ride a zip line in Costa Rica?
No, I know.
It does happen,
that
too.
Would be your legacy.
I'd rather die playing pickleball than a fucking zip line in Costa Rica.
Are you a pickleball guy?
Come on.
You like pickleball?
Yeah, I love it. It's great. It's the best.
It's a big trend now. People love pickleball.
Yeah, you notice you said trend. They'll be putting those paddles near their fucking rollerblades in about a year.
You don't think it's going to last?
No.
You don't think it's fun?
It's for old people. It's fine. You're living over 55.
But what if you're a young person playing it ironically?
No.
Dude, you know how horrible it is? You said old people over 55.
I know, including me. Yeah, I know.
And me.
But if you're living in a retirement community and you want, it's like shuffleboard, whatever, tennis, that's fine.
You don't think it's cool, young, hip?
No, what's happening is a lot of old people are getting injured by it, too.
Are they?
Yeah, blowing out knees, Achilles, and stuff like that, too.
Wow.
So,
because they're taking it
and
too
the young
seriously.
people, yeah. No, my kid plays at this basketball place, and the half of it is all pickleball. And when he's at practice, sometimes I'll just walk over there. I'll just stare at him. They probably think I'm a fucking like a school shooter. I'm so fucking mad. I see young people playing pickleball. They got the goggles on. Ooh, I got to put my goggles on too.
You don't want to get hit in the eye with a pickleball.
They got sweatbands on.
Yeah, sure.
You're standing on a half a fucking tennis court. You don't need sweat. You're not going to be sweating that much. You're not even moving.
You glare at them?
I glare at them. They fucking, something's wrong with this guy.
No,
I'm surprised the cops haven't knocked on my door. Go, what's going on over there?
Officer, they're playing pickleball. Oh, okay, I understand.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Pickleball?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's a trend. It is a big trend.
Yeah, it is.
You remember when everyone threw an axe in a bar? Remember that trend?
Oh, yeah. Axe throwing was big for
a big one.
Yeah, let's go to happy hour and then do axe throwing.
Yeah, we're going to drink and throw an axe. This is crazy.
What about you like ping pong clubs?
Ping pong's okay if you have a look. thing in your garage. That's been around a while.
No. I mean clubs.
No, I know.
Like social clubs, like Susan Sarandon.
I know. They turned Caroline's into
Is it ping? Oh, I thought it's not pickleball. It's ping pong.
No, that's ping pong.
Yeah.
That's table tennis.
I'm sure they're making a lot of money there.
You think?
Sure.
Is that a big thing now? People just going on their breaks to play ping pong?
Well, they'll go like during happy hour. They won't go on a break, but like after work.
I'm sure they're paying the rent on that. Jim, you would do Caroline, sell out 5 shows, 450 people. I think they made a little money with that.
You think so?
His alcoholic friends. I'm talking about Jim Norton.
Right.
And now they got 10 people coming to play pickleball at lunchtime. I'm sure they're paying their bills.
I'm sure.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a great. It doesn't seem like a
Times Square. That rent.
What are you talking about? The world famous comedy club?
Yeah.
No. You like ping pong, right? Well, I think that a lot of tourists, you'll find a lot of tourists will fly from all around the world to finally see New York City. And once they get here, they're like, oh, we got to play ping pong while we're here.
Yeah, it's very, very strange that they went with a ping pong. Especially the rent there is probably... I think once they closed off Broadway to traffic, it sucks now.
Susan Sarandon must be washing money. That's the only. To
Breaking Bad car wash.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I mean, I've never been there. I've never known anybody who's been there. I've never heard one thing about it. I can't imagine. Maybe, who knows? Maybe the 20-somethings that are working love playing Times Square ping pong.
$49 for 50 minutes.
That's like $1 a minute.
I used to DJ the one on near
Was
Park
it packed?
Avenue. Packed.
Really?
Friday and Saturday nights were slammed.
Do you think it would be that slammed in Times Square?
I don't know. But what they did is people were playing ping pong and then they had like a dance area. So the DJ was playing for the whole place.
Did people have to wait for tables, or do you make reservations?
It's a good question. I'm pretty sure you had to make a reservation, but I'm sure there's people waiting.
This one is online reservations.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be great? You're dancing with a girl, and you're like, hey, you want to go play ping pong?
I see someone took the Tuesday 5:30 spot. I want to know who that is. Get him on the phone.
That doesn't look... I'd like to see inside to see what that old club looks like.
Yeah,
I've had so many memories there and so many...
That's it.
That's the Times Square location?
Yes.
So they must have blown out
gutted the whole thing.
They blew out the wall between the bar and the showroom?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
You right?
I'm sure.
So you just go downstairs, you're immediately in it?
I don't see the steps, but again, this could be from the angle of the steps. I don't know what... Like, we could be looking from the steps and into the back. Like, maybe on the left is where the stage is, and the way in the back is where the green room used to be. I just don't know the direction we're looking.
Maybe. Yeah, I'd like to go down there, too, actually.
I'm just curious, because I've had so many fucking...
Not bad enough that I would make reservations to play ping pong, but
no.
I would like to
I just want to see it. I mean, they roasted me there. It's like 2003. That was...
Oh, yeah.
It's over 20 years ago. But yeah, so I've had a lot of...
And the Christmas parties they had there were great.
They were always fun, man. Those Christmas parties were always fucking fun. Yeah.
And we had Patrice's after thing there, after his funeral.
Yeah. Was that at Caroline's?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so there were great times. Yeah. I got to piss, but I'm going to piss my pants.
All right, well, it's time to take a break
I had to piss so bad. I dreamt that I was wearing stonewashed jeans and I had pissed in them. And I forget what the thing was. I was talking to somebody and I realized I had piss on the bottom of my pants. And I woke up and I had to piss desperately. And I'm like, I hope I didn't piss the bed, which I didn't.
Shout out to you, bud.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's awesome. Congrats.
I got gigs coming up. Millville, Richmond, Virginia, Northampton, Mass, Stroudsburg, PA, Chicago, Harrisburg. And then Tampa's been rescheduled to... whatever. It's, when the fuck is Tampa?
March. Joining us in studio. New memoir comes out tomorrow. It's called Life in the Key of G, which is a great name. Kenny G is in studio.
I'm here, yes, I am. Listening to this crap.
Are you sick of it? Like,
No.
You love it.
You do.
I love it, yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
No, I'm not sick of it.
Because sometimes somebody with their biggest hit will be like, Guns N' Roses with Welcome to the Jungle. They're like,
No, never. I love playing this song every night.
You do?
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's been about almost 40 years since I made this song.
And you've never gotten,
Never.
You've never gotten tired of it. You enjoy it every time.
Yeah, because I try to play it a little bit different every time, And also, it's notes, so I'm playing notes.
Right.
I'm not singing the same words.
Yeah. I guess that's different when you're playing an instrument and I'm sure you feel like, even though you've been a master at it for decades at this point, that you still get better and better and better at it. Yeah,
I hope so. I practice every day. So,
you do?
Yeah.
Wow.
Although this morning I didn't because I just flew in last night from L.A.
Yeah.
So it's a little early, and also I don't think I could do it to the other hotel guests.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
So I'm going to wait till this afternoon and play a little bit.
I mean, I think like people pay big money to listen to you.
Yeah,
perform.
but not to the scales.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I practice. I practice my scales. I don't practice what you just heard.
Yeah.
I don't practice that. I just do that.
Can you do that breathing thing that a lot of horn players where you're breathing in and blowing out at the same time?
Correct.
How do you do that? Because my breathing sucks.
It's a technique. So you got to breathe in your nose and out your mouth at the same time. So yeah.
I don't understand how it's possible. Like my brain won't even grab that you can do it.
It's a bagpipe. You're making yourself into a bagpipe.
But you've never played the bagpipe.
Do you know how a bagpipe works?
I don't know.
So if you ever watch a bagpipe, yeah. So, the bagpipe player blows into the thing, and then the bag fills up under his arm. So it fills up with air. He pushes the air from the bag, and that plays the notes. So he can actually take the mouthpiece out of his mouth. He's still playing notes from the air that was in the bag.
Right.
But at some point, he's got to refill that bag. This is my bag, baby.
The mouth.
Nice. Yeah. I've never been on radio before. I hit the microphone. Jesus, what a fucking amateur. Oh,
you can curse.
You can curse. It's fine.
Sorry. God dang it.
Yeah. Okay, so you have to keep it in your mouth as you're breathing?
Like, well, let me get my horn warmed up. Keep talking for a minute.
Okay, yeah, because the idea that the horn players could do that, and I have a hard time taking deep breaths. So the fact that someone can play a long note like you can play and not gasp and run out of breath and panic and pass out.
No, it's not even like that at all.
Yeah.
So, watch. So.
Okay.
See me breathing?
That was wild.
I mean,
that was awesome.
Yeah.
And you're talking regular after that. You're not like, you don't have that thing like you just read the hell.
That was just a little tidbit. I could have done that for another 45 minutes or so.
So you're breathing through your nose.
Is that something you practice? Like, breathing is a
practice that? Yeah. That because that's a technique that you want to be able to do and not have it affect your fingers and the notes.
So when if somebody is with you, do they just have to deal with the fact that, like, I might have to do this for like 45 minutes just to test myself?
Well, nobody's with me when I'm doing it.
Yes. I wish you could teach my wife to do that.
I'm sure. She'd never have to come up for air, right?
Actually, she doesn't need to. One breath, I'm finished before she's done.
That's true. That's what I heard about you.
When you're practicing that, though, will you try to go on for as long? Like, will you try to beat your own records and stuff like that?
You know, I did it here in New York many years ago, 45 minutes. We did it at some music store in the Bowery and set a record, you know. If I ever wanted to beat the record, I would do it then. When I'm practicing at home, I just do those scales, and I just circular breathe it while I'm doing the scales just to keep my chops.
What do you like? Everyone had so for a singer, their voice gets fucked up. They can't sing. What do you do if you're like if you're congested and you have a stuffy nose and you can't breathe through your nose? Like, can you not play, or can you not play like the way you're supposed to?
You know, anytime I play I'm never stuffed up. Yeah,
really?
Even if I have a cold, when I'm playing, it doesn't. It's all clear.
Okay, well, maybe that's adrenaline.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I've never had to worry about that.
I read some of your book, and it was you told we got it late. You told a really interesting story.
You actually read something like that?
I did. Yeah, no, you're interesting. I mean, we tend to get these things a lot later than we should. And you told a really interesting story about staying at the White House with Clinton. And I wanted to know: is he the only president you've played for, and do you still see him?
No, I don't still see him, but not because we don't want to. But when he was doing his thing and was president, I was around. I mean, they were fundraisers they wanted me to go to and come to the White House. I spent the night in the Lincoln bedroom, which was pretty cool.
Wow.
How do you get the Lincoln bedroom? Isn't that the one that everybody wants?
That's the one everybody wants. How do you get that? They ask you to play one of those things. It was a state dinner, and I said, "Well, I'll do it on one condition: I get to spend the night in the Lincoln bedroom." I had balls back then.
Yeah, you sure do.
I still have them. They're just a little lower than they used to be.
Did you ever see Monica Lewinsky there?
I did not. Speaking of circular breathing.
How do you even figure out in the very beginning pursuing this? Because it's one thing to realize this is your passion, this is the thing that you love, but the idea of, well, I'm going to get a record deal, I'm going to become, this is not pop music, in the common sense.
Right. No, you never think like that. Yeah. And if you do, that's where you're not going to be successful, I think, unless you're unbelievably good looking or you have something else going for you. All I want to do is become a better sax player. And that's my goal today. So I'm super looking forward to later practicing my sax in the hotel room because I want to practice. I didn't get to practice today. This is the first time I played it, so the reeds, haven't really warmed up, and I love it. So that's always been my thought process: is get better, and whatever happens will happen. The better I get, I think that the opportunities will show themselves.
You still wake up in the morning excited to practice?
Every morning.
Every single morning?
I start my morning, First thing I do is take a shower, and then I sit down and play my sax for 3 hours. Every morning, same routine.
What time do you wake up?
I wake up around 6:15, and I start practicing. If I can practice at 6:30, I'm better, but 7 to 10, then at 10 o'clock.
No food break? You don't eat till afterwards?
Exactly. Yeah.
But you liked it because you're considered one of the best in the world, if not the best. So you practice because you like it. Like you just love to do it.
I love to do it. Well, when you get good at something, it's fun to do.
I know.
You guys are good at what you do here. You're probably having fun doing this because you're good at it.
Yeah. I appreciate the show of faith. It's completely wrong on all counts.
I'm trying to make an analogy, but yeah. So it's not a chore.
Right.
And also I'm intrigued with what other things can happen. And now with these fancy phones, I'm a lot older than you guys. So now you can see what all the other musicians on the planet are doing, and I can see what some guys are, hey, that guy's doing something I didn't think of, and let me check that out, and then I can learn stuff.
And you're also a pilot, which I think is, I've gotten this thing where I love to fly, I'm scared to fly, I love to fly, I'm scared of it. Are you instrument trained?
Yes.
So you can fly any, have you ever gotten that spatial disorientation that they talk about?
Every time I fly in the clouds.
Do you really?
Oh yeah, every pilot does.
So what do? You have to look at the instruments, or how about like a bottle of water? How do you get back to
bottle of gin? No, you have to look at the instruments. Your body sensations when you go in the clouds, it's like walking with your eyes closed. You can feel like you're walking straight ahead, but if you do that for, let's say, 2 minutes, you're going to be way off, right?
Right.
So why? But you feel perfect. So your body feels something, but it's not correct, so you have to look at your instrument. So I always literally feel like I'm in a nosedive to the left every time I go in the clouds. Oh, man, we're falling. No, I'm straight and level. Just trust it, and then you have to just trust it.
Isn't that nauseating? I would get sick feeling like that.
No, it's not nauseating. It's just scary. It's a little scary. But, when you do it enough times, then you go, okay, it's a little scary, but I know how to do it, and I'm going to be fine. And then that's what happens.
I'm sure it must be fun to, after you master this, to start mastering other things, or at least attempting to master and learn other things like that.
That's fun to me.
Yeah.
Things that are hard, I like to try to master. Like flying is something that not everybody can do. And flying the instruments is not something everyone can do. So those are the things that interest me.
Yeah. Do you fly to your gigs? Do you fly yourself to the gigs?
Sometimes, if it's close enough. The little plane that I fly doesn't go very fast. It's the I think I can plane. I have that plane. It's great.
Right.
It always thinks it can. Sometimes it can't, but it thinks it can. So we always try to go and see what happens.
Because the singer from Iron Maiden, Bruce Dickinson, will fly the whole band around on the Iron Maiden jet.
Well, that's a jet.
Right, but he'll do after a show, after he does like a 2.5 hour concert, he's in there and flying the band to the next venue.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But I don't have a jet. I'm not that rich.
Right.
Could you fly a jet, or do you need more training for that?
I've flown a Learjet before.
You have?
Yeah, a friend of mine and I rented this Learjet when I was touring in the 90s, and we rented a plane, and both of us got our ratings for that particular plane, and we flew it for a few years. And I just rented it. It was really fun. We flew that jet all over the country.
When you're flying, because turbulence is what freaks, like people who don't like to fly, it's turbulence. But when you're flying and you're the pilot, does it not bother you at all?
No.
You don't care?
No, you just buckle in really tight if it's too much.
You're more worried about spilling something or getting banged around, but you're not scared the plane is going to fall.
No. As long as you're, if you're conscious, the plane will be fine. You know, it's like you'll pass out from the G-forces before the plane would ever break up. So you'd never know it. So as long as you're awake, plane's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
And do you have to fly with somebody else, or can you go? You just get up alone?
Just alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun. It's better that way.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Right?
Then I can sing to myself, which is awful. And
are you a bad singer?
Bad. Yeah.
What do you like to sing?
Nothing good.
Not that you have to give an example of it. I just want to know, like, what style.
I'm no Michael Bolton, believe me. I wish I was.
Is there a confidence that you have, like, walking in when you realize that you're the best at a thing? Do you kind of walk, and everybody knows it, you're famous for being the best at it, do you kind of get to walk into any room knowing that no matter who's got what skill set here, no one's going to do this better than you?
Yeah. It's a good feeling, especially when you meet the hotshots.
Yeah.
You know, like the famous hotshots, and I get to be around them. So I walk into the room and it's like, there's Tom Hanks.
Right.
It's like, okay, you're good at what you do? Me too.
Right.
Me too. So, hey, how are you? I don't have to be like on my knees going, oh my God, there he is. So it's fun to me. It's fun to just treat people like they're normal. And I think that's refreshing to most of those guys because I'm sure they're used to getting their asses kissed all the time. And I just never did. Even when I was with the president, doing stuff with Clinton in those days, it was like, hey, man, how's it going?
Right.
Cool.
And I'm sure, too, the fact that you're invited to be there to do your skill, it's like, yeah, I'm here. If you don't want me here, that's fine. Like,
yeah, the hard part for me is this, and when I'm doing some of those award shows, or if I'm, say, people sometimes, like the producers of the shows, they'll look at me like, oh, he's just a sax player. So they're not going to necessarily want to give me, let's say, the same, I don't know, like sound check time that they would give to, let's say, a Josh Groban or Beyonce. You know, they're going to get, oh, make sure she's good. But what about, hey, bro, I'm playing on the show too.
Yeah.
I need to make sure the sax sounds good. Oh, yeah. So sometimes I have to re-educate the producers about what it is that I need. And then sometimes I have to just kind of put my foot down and say, okay, I'm not doing this until this happens. And
that feels good too?
Yeah. No, it feels, kind of.
Well, kind of to that point, too, you talk about, like, bullies and stuff, and you, or guys in high school that would fuck with you, and, like, you kind of jokingly address, like, look where I am now, and you thought that when you were in the White House. Is there that thing, though, where you think, like, you hate when people try to push you around, or, like, because you seem to have, like, you joke about it, but you seem to have, like, a real dislike of it.
No, it's not a dislike. It's more like, it's kind of annoying. I get it. I mean, I totally get it. If somebody's just think like, oh, this is just a sax solo, or this is that, I get it. But then I'm still going to just make sure I get to do the way I want to do it. And that's all there is to it. And you do it calmly. I don't yell at people or anything like that. But I will be patient and wait so I can get my way. And if I can't get my way, I just leave. Like, I was doing a solo for the Jacksons back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah, I was doing a sax solo, and I played what I thought was a great solo. And then they said, hey, we're looking for that Clarence Clemens sound. So I put my sax back in the case and said, call him.
That's awesome.
And I left.
That's awesome.
Wait, who's Clarence Clemens? Oh, from the Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I said, I weigh 120 pounds and I'm Jewish. Do you ever see Clarence Clemens? He's like 250 pounds, big black guy.
Yeah.
How am I going to play like that?
Right.
There's no way I can play like him.
Was it hard for you to walk away from that, or you didn't?
No, I couldn't care. I couldn't give a shit.
I mean, that's the confidence, right? I know what I do.
Yeah, because I'm
here to do what I do.
I was making my own records. I didn't care that much.
Right.
The biggest selling, I guess, instrument record of all time, which is like to have the biggest selling any type of musical thing of all time is pretty amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah. If you think about it today, like, how do you sell that many records? It doesn't happen. Like if I put out a record now, it's not going to sell very many. It's basically so we have something to talk about, and I can come on shows like this, and there's something like a book.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't have that book, I wouldn't be here. You wouldn't care about me very much, and I get that.
But it's also kind of remarkable that people know it's you for a type of music that doesn't have a voice to it.
It's only the hair. Yeah.
But I mean, when they listen to your music, it's Kenny G.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And that's pretty unique to something that's instrumental.
And the name everybody knows.
Thank you for that. Yeah, and that's the coolest thing, and it's just I'm not going to say it's luck. It's just meant to be, because when I started playing the sax, I was trying to sound like the mentors that I would listen to, like a Grover Washington Jr. or John Coltrane or some of these great jazz players. But every time I played, it just kept sounding like me, and I hated it at first. And then, since it was a unique sound, it became the whole thing.
Yeah.
So now I'm really grateful that I have a sound of my own. So when you do hear a few notes and you know it's me, that's the biggest compliment.
Yeah.
How many movies has your stuff been in? Like, 'cause your music is perfect to like the show montages. You can do so much with your music. 'Cause again, there's no lyrics and it's recognizable. You've been in a lot of films.
A lot of films. I mean, Pretty Woman. I remember that movie when Julia Roberts is in some little negligee and she flips the thing on and there comes my little Songbird. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I went to the screening of that and I stood up in the theater and said, "Hey, that's my music, everybody." I said, "Sit down, shut up."
When she was hooking,
I'm sorry. Do you have to approve the music for each film that you do?
Well, they have to pay me.
Right.
So we have to approve the deal.
But there's some movies you're like, no, I don't want my music in there. You definitely turn them down.
Yeah, you turn them down.
Right.
What kind of movies? A horror or like?
Well, listen. So the Menendez brothers thing that just came out.
Yeah.
So they wanted to use my song in the movie, and I wasn't sure about it.
Yeah.
I agreed to do it, but I had to see what the context is. At first, it was like, "There's no way." He goes, "No. Here's what it is. They're in the car, and they're listening to it or something, and then the driver turns it on, and the guy goes, 'Hey, change the channel.'" So it has nothing to do with them going, "Oh, I'm hearing this music. Now let me kill my parents." You know?
No,
so I was cool with it.
If anything, it's like the first episode, which is a great place to have your song because people will actually hear it because before they lose interest.
Exactly. I didn't watch it though. I just read the script of where it was there. So that's one of the ones I had to weigh whether it was worth it or not. And I felt like, it's not going to hurt me any. And the deal was good enough for me to say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it hurts any. Like I've never heard music in something and then like gotten mad at the artist or associated them with the violent act or like, you know what I mean? Like for The Sopranos, was it Steve Perry almost didn't sign off on that on Don't Stop Believing. Yeah. They had to, I think, tell him what they were actually going to do because he didn't want to play it while all these people were killed.
It would almost be like Huey Lewis not wanting to be part of American Psycho because he is associated
Hip to be square.
You ever talk to Huey Lewis? Have you ever talked to him?
Yes.
He's a nice guy.
He's awesome. He is. He's a giant penis too.
Oh, is that true?
He has one, yeah.
You saw him?
No, but it's legendary.
Is that true?
Yes, it's like those guys, James Woods, Chaplin.
I've heard about him.
Yeah, James Wood, yeah.
I've heard it from somebody that blew him in the bathroom.
Really?
A girl.
You guys have met before?
Not me. No, that's not where I was working on my circular breathing.
So what did the woman say about James Woods?
He was huge.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. What a reputation.
I know. That's what I want. Didn't Milton Berle?
Giant dick. Giant dick, yeah. Legendary. I heard Chaplin, too.
And I'm known for my Little Sopranos. This is not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
And they didn't even have to spend their lives working on it. It was just there for them.
I know, right?
Yeah, but I've heard that about Huey, too. And Bruce Willis.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I just know Huey from golf, and he's such a nice guy.
Is he?
Well, now you know why he's so nice.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, if I had that, I'd be happy all the time.
He has his own 9-iron.
Yeah. Did he use it to putt?
Did you serenaded? Did you serenade Kim Kardashian and Kanye West? One of the great love stories of our time.
I know, it was beautiful. I had tears the whole time.
Where do you get what is that phone call?
I know. It was a text message from not an agent. It was a publicist. It was a publicist that I know and trust. His name is Mark. He goes, "Hey, Kanye wants you to come over tomorrow and serenade Kim for Valentine's Day." And I saw the text and I go, "Why would I do that?" And then I sent it back and I'm thinking, now this was like 11 o'clock at night. I'm getting ready to go to bed because I got to wake up early to practice, right? Sure. So I thought nothing of it. Then all of a sudden I get some more text messages. Then David Foster, the producer, calls me because he's associated with the Kardashians, remember? I don't know how, but whatever. So he calls me and he goes, "You should do it." I go, "How does everybody know about this?"
Yeah.
I said, "Seriously?" He goes, "Yeah, do it." I said, "Okay, I'll do it." So then I just do it. I drive over to his house. I'm met by some security guy that whisks me in the back. And I'm sitting in a room now for like 2 hours. And I said, "Fuck this. I'm leaving. I'm not going to sit around." And so I start to leave. And then, of course, at that minute, then Kanye finally walks in. I didn't speak to him. And he was so cool. So fun and so easy. And he had this big smile on his face. And he was just putting on the charm. And it's like, whatever you want me to do, bro, I'll do. Whatever it is. And that's how it went down.
Wow. What did it feel romantic?
Yes.
As you were there?
Yeah, because he had this whole room filled with roses.
Yeah.
And I just tiptoed my way through all these roses to find my little spot. And it's like, I'm waiting. He said, not yet. Okay, go. And then I start playing, and then all of a sudden Kim shows up, and she pulls out her phone and starts filming.
Oh, nice.
And so anyway, I said, hey, after I finish, she goes, hey, happy Valentine's Day. And then on my drive home, I get a call that says, James Corden wants you on the show tonight. Okay, what? Yeah, they heard about this thing you just did. I just did it like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, so instead of driving home, I have to drive down to like CBS or whatever channel it was on, and they said, yeah, Ray Romano's on, and they want you to do a bit with Ray Romano, who is a friend of mine through golf, just like Huey. So I said, okay, I'll do it. So then that happened that day.
And do you get? Is there a large payday associated with that, or is it just for kind of PR and the whole thing?
You mean like from Kanye and all that?
Yeah.
You know what? I never do those things for money.
Really?
I never do them for money, no. If somebody wants me to play a solo on the record, I do it for free.
Can I get your number before February? Because I have an idea that I want.
For Valentine's Day?
Yeah, sure. I want you to come over and serenade my wife as I divorce her.
Listen, I'll make it very easy for you. Cameo.
Oh,
Cameo.
yeah.
Just look me up.
Will you play for people on Cameo?
Will I? I've done almost 3,000 of them so far.
How much does a Cameo run?
For me?
Yeah.
$375.
I mean, that's a real good deal to get a feature from Kenny G for $375.
Yeah, I have 5 that I'm supposed to do that are waiting for me to do.
By the way,
mostly birthdays.
I do love that you were like, for Kanye, no, free. For you, $375.
Yeah, well, I didn't have Cameo back then. I probably could have done it that way.
Great.
And you
that's true. That wasn't very nice.
You did Carson with. Did you meet Richard Pryor? Did you talk to Richard Pryor at all when you did it with him, or no?
Mr. Who?
Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor.
Were you on Carson with him?
I don't think so.
Our prep says you were, but you forgot.
I don't think I met him, no.
How about Carson? Was he warm or no? I heard he didn't really talk to anybody.
Honestly, the only time I talked to him was I sat on the couch. That one time I got couch, and he just said something like, "Well, that was great. Let's go to break," and that was it.
That was the only interaction.
And no talking at a commercial or nothing. He didn't.
No, he just no. Because I was playing with the band at that point.
Oh, right. Okay,
I was sitting next to Doc Severinsen, and they were happened to play a song I knew. This song called Killer Joe. It's a famous jazz song. Thank goodness I knew it. And I was sitting there, and Doc Severinsen says, "Kenny, play along." It's like, thank God I know this song.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
What if I did? I don't know. It's like, oh man. But that was a cool moment. Carson, that made my whole career.
Really?
Well, because, okay, so you guys are younger than me, but maybe old enough to know that Carson was the biggest show in the world. Like, if you put Kimmel and Fallon and Oprah and Letterman and Leno and everything all together and multiply it by like 100, that was Carson.
Yeah, it was everything.
He was like the Hawk Tua podcast of his time.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't realize it worked away for musicians too. I always associate that with Ed Sullivan. I didn't realize I guess Carson worked away for musicians.
And comedians
too.
like
comics definitely.
Like who was talking about that Billy Crystal on the Emmys. He was talking about he was on Johnny Carson and his career went like, and it's the same thing. Like I played my song Songbird on Carson and the country heard it and they loved it. And thank goodness. And then that made the career. If I hadn't played that song on that show, probably I wouldn't be here today.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Do you like when you hear pop songs and stuff come out, do you try to learn them so that you can do covers and stuff?
No.
Or you don't care about that?
Not
stuff?
at all.
Yeah.
No. The only time I would learn something is if somebody called me to play a solo on. Like,
sure.
I just did something. I probably can't tell you. I did something for a pop group they're doing a Christmas record, so I just did that. That'll come out. Well, when The Weeknd called and wanted me to play on his song, then I had to learn that, which was fine. I liked it, but it's always like, hey, you want to play this? Play it with me. I said, well, I got to hear the music.
Right. It
sounds good, but could be just the wrong song for me, and I'm not going to do it.
And you kind of memorize everything, like yeah. And so you just have this Rolodex constantly rolling in your head.
Yeah, and that's why I practice every day, so that it's up to date.
Right.
The fingers and the mouth and the mind all kind of go together, and it's muscle memory. Otherwise, it'd be too hard. You have to go on autopilot to be able to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And which one of your songs in China? There's one of your songs is massive in China. Like, so do you go over there and do gigs?
Yeah.
That's gotta
I've been
crazy.
to China probably 20 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you go over, what, for a week, and we vacation there, or will you just do the show and get
No
out?
vacation.
Yeah, you just get out.
Well, actually, there's some, like Shanghai's an amazing city, and Hong Kong, so that would be fun to hang out in. But no, I just play my gigs over there. The song is called "Going Home." It came out in, I think, in the 80s, like late 80s, and for whatever reason, they took the title of it literally, and "Going Home." So they play it for people when it's time for them to go home at the end of the workday. Mm-hmm. It literally plays everywhere in China at about 5 o'clock. Hundreds of millions of people every day hear that song. When I meet somebody from China, everybody knows my song. From the kids to the grandparents, they all know that song. And it's just it's like a reflex for them to go home. Yeah. I didn't know that the first time I played, so I just put it in the middle of the set. I was playing my song, I look up, the audience left. That was obvious time to go. But here's what's cool about playing in China. Cool and kind of not cool. So we're playing this one show, and the weather wasn't very good outside. Why would we care?
Sure.
Playing, and so I, out of the corner of my eye, see somebody walking toward me with a uniform on. This is middle show. I'm playing my notes. So starts whispering in my ear, "Weather not good. Concert over. Now." I look and went, Look at my guys. I give them the special cue, whatever that is. We finish our song. Boom. Concert's over. We were only played for like 20 minutes. Audience left like happy as could be.
No outrage.
And then you hear this announcement in Chinese. I'm assuming it's, "The weather's not very good. I should get home before blah, blah, blah." And that was the end of it.
Wow.
And that's just nobody's mad about anything.
They're all just kind of like go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Yeah. So that's what you got to do in China. You got to go with the flow.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like your music has affected, been a part, I should say, of a lot of people's lives, a lot of different moments. You're one of the, I'd say, few handful of artists that I would imagine a lot of children have been conceived.
I would imagine.
To your music. Has anybody ever approached you and said, "I want you to know this is my child"?
All the time.
Yes.
And how does that make you feel? Is it an honor? Is it strange?
I just make sure they don't have curly hair. Got to make sure it's not one of mine.
When it's time for Kenny G to get romantic, would you put
No.
your own music on to be romantic?
No.
What if the woman requested it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Then I put it on live because that's a guarantee. Right. That's a guarantee move right there.
Yeah. For me, it's taps. I like to play taps.
You do.
That's very funny.
Yeah. No, I would just imagine it would be.
I
an
like to
odd
play your
experience.
song after I'm done having sex, the going home song to her.
Is that for her to go home?
For her to go
Because you
home,
want her to
yeah.
leave. Yeah. I get that.
Well,
that's very funny.
Kenny G, the book comes out tomorrow. It's called Life in the Key of G. You're here in New York because tomorrow you're doing a signing at Barnes & Noble on 5th Avenue at noon. Then you're off to Bookends in Ridgewood at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Washington, D.C., Lexington, Miami, Los Angeles, San Diego. You're going everywhere. You can go to KennyG.com for all of those dates. Was there any part of putting this book together that made you feel like, I don't know if I want to reveal all of this stuff about me? A lot of people just know me through the music.
The whole thing.
You didn't, it was uncomfortable.
It was a little bit, yeah. I didn't think it was that interesting for people. But the publishers and the literary agents and my managers kept telling me, no, this is going to be good, this is going to be good. So I kind of went with it, but at first I didn't think there was any reason for me to write a book. Like, why would anybody be that interested in my life? But
it's very interesting.
Is it?
Yeah.
I hope it was entertaining. I tried to make it funny.
It was. Yeah, it was really good.
Did it make you laugh at some points?
Yeah, really good. It was really good.
That was my main thing. Just make people laugh a little bit.
Awesome. Well, get the book, Life in the Key of G. Kenny, it's been awesome to meet you and hang out.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I have a quick plug. New episode of Sword Fight is up now with Nikki and I.